Welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I'm your humble Game Master Tom, and this is Adventure 29. Holy moly, that's a lot. Plus, we had like 16 more before that. This is a huge season. We are excited coming to you live at twitch.tv/IngloriousBards every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Pacific. You can catch us on our YouTube channel for the videos later on in the week, as well as our podcast for your listening pleasure there. I'd like to make a quick shout out to one of our patron supporters, Brandon Moak. Thank you so much, Brandon, for all your support. If you want to help out as well, please take a look at patreon.com/IngloriousBards. Without further ado, let's get a recap of what happened last adventure from Jeremy.
We did so much in our last adventure. The defenders were aboard the Sleek Star where we started, and we're starting to look around the ship when we were attacked by a large tentacled purple thing. It nearly killed Piercy like twice, who then miraculously revived, stabbed it in the head, and killed it. Just like one move, and he was out. So we then, looking around the ship and whatever was left of the Naper's wake, we got Sir Cardamon to join us. He was one of the few survivors of the sailing ship. He actually ran away from us a couple of times, and Sildren went straight up mermaid, terrified everybody, and brought him back to us like over and over again. But Sir Cardamon came on to back to the Great Taint that we were all on earlier, and we heard all the stories again about Captain Jagged and how he took a prisoner with him, which never happens, and he took a woman aboard a ship, and it was decided that we needed to start going after Captain Jagged rather than the other missions that we had going on. So it's what it looks like for us is that we started all telling the Tate that we were going to go, and we went to Embert Isle because we found out about the Blood Gypsy from Captain Mad Eyes, and she's the only one that has further information about Captain Jagged. So we went to Embert Isle to find her, instead found a whole bunch of ramshackled shacks, found an inn with people that are full of stories and ideas and other ships. Palik almost got shanghaied. It was one thing after another, until eventually we got to the Blood Gypsy, who told us all sorts of information. His name was Captain Rokaj. His wife was stolen. He was completely betrayed, and he had to pay back a bounty, but was filled with rage and with hatred and so many other things that he just became this unkillable force of hatred and death. And now we've discovered that he is near the Hazen Depths and is unkillable, but if we sink the ship and then sail into the eye of the storm, we have a chance. We don't know, but we're going after him. We're going to try to take him down, and we may end up dead in the process. So from there, let the adventure begin.
On one of the largest islands in the shimmering sea, the pirate town of Port Rising lies partially hidden. Through growing trade and successful piracy, Port Rising is now an impressive town that has outgrown its hidden cove. Wooden houses, long piers, tall ships, shops, far too many taverns, and plenty of folks from other kingdoms call this island home. A dock worker tosses a line at a ship slowly pulling alongside the pier. He looks up as a halfling pokes her head over the railing of the vessel and yells down.
Ahoy there, landlubber! We have arrived to liberate you from your food, your libations, and your loved ones. So shiver your timbers and strap down the taint. Palik the pirate is here.
The ship comes to a stop and rocks gently against the dock.
Landlubber? Pirate? When did you become a salty sea dog, Palik?
Turns out I'm a natural on the ocean. I'd swashbuckle anyone here.
I'd disagree.
Hell, every one of us has gotten used to the pirate life and taken to the sea.
Sir Brenros drops out of the ship onto the wooden pier, stumbles to the beach, and kisses the sand.
Thanks, Celine. Dry land again. How I've missed you. If I never set foot on another ship, it will be too soon.
Master Yaru walks across the sand and helps the old knight to his feet.
There, perhaps not all of us have taken to the pirate lifestyle. Sir Brenros, there is no shame in knowing your limitations. Remember, a cat that does not take to water is worth more than two in the bush.
Master Yaru, your wisdom knows no equal.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you.
The rest of the heroes jump off the ship and gather on the beach. Just beyond are wooden shacks and the sounds of sea shanties drifting out of sketchy taverns.
Oh, it's good to get off that ship. The taint was starting to smell.
Oh, I love that song they're singing. I love sea chanties.
You love what?
Sea chanties.
Huh?
Sea chanties. Chanties of the sea. It reminds me of when my favorite sea chanty passed it down through the Isoki that I will sing for you now. Oh, the times was hard and the wages low. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. And the grub was bad and the gales did blow. It's time for us to leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her, leave her. Johnny, leave her, for the voyage is done, and the winds do blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her with the gin. There's many worse that we've sailed in. Oh, leave her,
I think you're a better
Johnny,
swordsman than a
leave her.
bard. We need to focus.
But did you like that one?
I can't wait to hit every tavern on this island, drink some drinks, and eat something exotic.
Ooh, that sounds great. Let's have some fun. Let's get down tonight. We could do a little dance. We could make a little...
No!
This is the opposite of focusing. Port Rising doesn't seem like the place we want to spend a lot of time in. The longer we stay here, the more likely we are to be thrown in jail. Or we accidentally murder some poor soul. Let's tell the mayor what we know and then head off to the kingdom of Iveron. They need assistance, which would also look good for our king.
But King Phaon, he needs the mayor here to know that Navarre supports the Thousand Isles and that in a month's time, trade ships will be protected by our king. But how can we even say that when this zombie pirate, Captain Yagged, is prowling the seas?
Captain who?
Captain Yagged, with the chomping skull and the yost, our words are meaningless with Captain Yagged terrorizing the towns and the chips and the Thousand Isles.
Yes, but Percy, what can we do about that? The Blood Gypsy said Captain Jagged is unkillable and his ship unsinkable. There is nothing a good man can do about that.
The gypsy also said if we put our lives on the line and secured some treasure of this Captain Jagged, we would make him stronger, yet also mortal. Then that's when we strike.
That sounds dangerous.
And something about sailing into the eye of some great storm to find this treasure.
Yeah, that sounds super dangerous. Count me in.
Might be better to pass along what we know to the mayor here and then leave to help out Iveron. We are not sailors nor pirates.
I am!
Other than Pirate Pleek of the Great Taint, we do better on dry land, and the kingdom of Iveron needs our help.
Yeah, that sounds super helpful. Count me in.
It is King Phaon who needs our help. With Captain Yagged roaming the seas, there can be no trade with the Thousand Isles. We must stop the zombie pirate.
He's right, and that sounds super epic. Count me in.
Regardless of our path, we should seek out any information we can in town and speak with the mayor here.
Oh, I can do that. Let me do that. Count me in. Xander takes off.
Xander's gone. Xander starts going down the path. The path is a rough wooden plank section that are cut into the ground and nailed and like spiked in there that crawls up the side of this island. And this island is got a slope to it with buildings collecting along the sides, built along the sides. And then there's another level above that with a wide wooden deck along the side of that. And then there's another level above that. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of buildings all over the place, all shapes and sizes, all made of moldy-ish wood. Look like they could be barely hanging in there and could topple with the slightest fireball. And Xander goes skipping up the path and making his way into Port Rising itself. What would you folks like to do?
Naru will shake his head and slowly hobnob away himself.
Okay.
I suppose someone should keep an eye on him, and Brenros will charge after Xander.
And Sildren follows suit begrudgingly.
All right.
So we'll
Piercy
believe-
wants to find a little shop to peruse.
Okay. Leek?
Palik will go with the rest of the everybody except for Piercy.
All right. Xander and Yaru go in different directions. You start chatting with some different locals and spend some time trying to get some rough information. What are you looking for?
I'm looking for the mayor's dwelling or office, kind of capital of Port Rising.
All right.
Main office.
Yeah, Xander forgot where he was going and why, so he's looking around for how to get to Iveron and for the path, because that was the last thing he really caught on to.
He wants to get how to get to Iveron?
Yeah,
Okay.
and look for any sort of lore or information about Captain Jagged as well. Captain Jagged and
Okay.
Iveron.
Let's have Xander and Master Yaru each make society rolls, and let's do -1 for the odd unfamiliarity of this town.
Bring it on, Yaru.
Let me get some-
Oh yeah, go ahead.
27.
Yeah. Not fabulous. Not at all. Fabulous.
What was Yaru's?
Mine was only a 14, unfortunately.
Okay. Yaru, you start asking around and spending some time. How long does this take?
Hobnobbing, I believe it takes 1 hour. Yes, gather information activity takes me 1 hour.
All right, you're going from tavern to tavern. There are tons of them, going to a couple shops and asking around, and everyone seems very tight-lipped. You throw a few copper or silver here or there, and no one seems to be particularly interested on sharing what's going on, or some even seem to be a bit intimidated. Xander, on the other hand, with a 27, you are given directions to Iveron on how to get there. It involves heading northeast through the Thousand Islands, past the Northern Isles, and then straight east to the Kingdom of Iveron, which is a cool kingdom north of where you've been adventuring most of the time of the Kingdom of Navarre. Iveron is hardy, healthy folks. They have, they're either tough woodsman type Viking-ish vibe, or they're out on the open sea, one of the two. And so they give rough directions to how to get there. And they also, there's a bunch of boats of different sizes. I was going to say parked, docked here at the multiple piers and docks of all different heights and sizes and dilapidated quality. So they are all offering you passage as well, that you look like you've got some money behind you. Some even identify you as possibly a wealthy wizard with your big floppy hat with stars on it. And so yeah, you have plenty of offers to get you to Iveron if you so choose. You were also asking about something else. What was that?
Captain Jagged. What do we know? How has he been around? Where's he from?
Captain Jagged with a 27. You only are able to glean, I think, information you may have gotten before, and that is Captain Jagged has plagued these isles for decades, but he only comes out for a few weeks once every 10 years. And people, by their best guess, believe he should not be here now. He is several years too early.
All right. Xander will kind of turn back around and try to find the people who are following him. That's the greatest news!
What's that?
I found out exactly everything we knew about Captain Jagged was the same as everybody else.
So when are we going to the Hazen Depths?
I mean, probably no time soon. He's not supposed to be here for like another 5 years.
But he is.
Right. Huh. That's a thing. Oh, also, I know how to get to Iveron. It's that way.
Yeah, we know where Iveron is.
We do?
We've seen maps.
Well, yeah.
Remember all the maps that the captain showed us?
I was never let into where the captain showed us the maps. He said it was too small for both of us. Which is weird because I'm a gnome.
Yaru, getting frustrated on his side of the market, sees a floppy hat going around this way and, oh, Xander, were you able to get anything out of these people? I mean, really, it's just a simple matter of a question. I mean, I have a book, I can read them a story, but I got nothing, nowhere with anybody. How did you
Jim
do?
right over there introduced me to his cousin Janet. Both of them told me that I could get over here to this way so I can get over to the mayor. But right over there, that guy's having a day off. That's Jim. It's second Jim. There's two Jims. Second Jim over there, he's always having his day off, but he's sleeping in because I just found out from his mom that he had a cold like 2 weeks ago. But he's okay right now. He's doing better. He's not very contagious anymore. He's just sleeping it off so he can wake up at the shop later on in the afternoon. We can go over to Jim's place and he'll get us introduced to the mayor who lives there.
You said his name is Jim?
Jim, second Jim, not the first one.
You told me your name was Larry. You son of a bitch. I'll be back for you later. Okay, let's go to the mayor's house.
All right, you go to a building that Xander points at and knock upon the door, and instead of the door opening, a section of the wall swings open with some wooden supports to create a little shop-type opening, and there you see two tubs that are being stirred by an old, heavy-set woman, and she is stirring laundry in there, and she says, "Yes, it's a copper per garment." Just keeps stirring. It doesn't smell so good. She's pouring some strange bubbly sauce in there you think you've seen Jix drink long ago.
Yeah.
Behold, Master Yaru, the mayor!
This is the man.
Where?
What?
The house, that's what I was told.
She
Hello?
holds up some underwear on a big wooden stick and then drops it back in.
Those are very nice.
There's a little tag on the underwear that said mayor.
Siltern walks up, puts like 2 silver down, and excuse me,
Disrupt.
where is the mayor's residence? Or where does he take office at the moment?
She says, "I don't know any mayor.
The mayor of Port Rising?
I don't know any mayor. Now, are you giving some clothes to wash?
Who's in charge here?
I run my own establishment."
Told you!
She wipes off some bubbles from the hair coming out of her giant mole.
That's a lot of visual. Hang on a second. Gross.
Xander, what's wrong with you?
Nothing. What's wrong with you? It's just bubbly hair moles or one of my
This
3
is-
great fears.
This is not the mayor. Why are you bringing us here?
No, this is the house. They said the red house with the green roof.
I think somebody's playing a trick on you.
I mean, yeah, look at all the houses. That one's a greenhouse with a red roof. That one's a red house with a red roof. Like, they're all the same house. It's the same, man.
I was about to say Piercy's shop that he's at on the other side of town is green and red as well.
Anyone else who is trained in society can spend 3 more hours to also go around town as
Ooh.
well.
Piercy is.
Palik will try.
Okay.
Children is definitely not.
We're all just splitting up.
Oh, no.
I'll take a
Palik doesn't find a damn thing.
No, Piercy
Renros
goes.
wanders with a 26.
Piercy, what'd you roll?
18.
18, Palik, 13, a natural one.
Natural one. Yeah.
With Palik, you are you are at the highest point of the town, and upon rejection for the 10th time of no one wanting to share any information with you, you get pissed, slam the door, turn around, and fall off, slide down, hit the house underneath, fall off, hit the deck, fall off, hit the house underneath, hit the deck down, and you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are -1 to any physical thing. You are enfeebled 1 is what that is.
Jesus.
For the next few hours till you do your next long rest.
That'll teach you to hobnob.
Yeah, that's high stakes society roll.
Your roll.
You're dying 3. Sir Brenros, on the other hand, just hears. Anyways, where was I?
Mayor, yes, okay.
You with the 26 are able to get a little bit of information. Maybe a name. Depends on if you want to spend 2 gold or not. You get information, spend 2 gold, you get a little more information.
Interesting. 2 gold's the set price, huh?
Yes.
Then I will part with 2 gold.
All right. You are at some tavern. There's a bartender, an old bartender there who says, yes, we don't talk about Mayor John Carlin much. He's a dangerous man. He only meets with pirates, dangerous, violent folk. That's what he likes. He has no respect for the meek and the timid. But he's very, very secretive. I've only seen him once in all the years I've been here. You better.
Brenros interrupts his conversation, slams down the 2 gold. He'll want to talk to me.
Very well, of course. Yes, you would want to speak with the wealthy innkeeper. His name is DeBraish. He knows all the dangerous people in the Thousand Isles and is a good friend of Mayor John Cartland. He has the ear of the mayor. So I'd speak with DeBraish. He runs the One-Eyed Squid here in town.
One-Eyed Squid. I wouldn't be being run around, would I?
No, if you're being run around,
my time.
No. When the locals are messing with you, they tell you things about like a building with a red roof and a green paint.
Very well then.
Yeah.
The runaround is a bar down the street. I saw a little bit.
Okay. Then I will head off to that individual. Then the wealthy. Forgot the name already. Here's 2 more gold.
I said the name was DeBraish, sir. DeBraish. It's just like it's
hard over that DeBraish. Can you take that out of your mouth when you tell me?
David.
DeBraish. David. Thank you.
He takes his retainer out. Yeah, David.
Braish.
You're speaking gibberish. I can't hear
I gotta go and find Jabraish.
All right.
Mockingly so, but I'll be correct. Jabraish, are you Jabraish?
I assume we're like kind of, I mean, we had seemed to gather up. I assume we would be, other than Piercy so far, I think we are kind of ended up back together. So I assume we all go.
That's up to you guys.
I mean, Sildren's going with Sir Brenros.
Yeah, Yara's defeated.
Who else? Who just went? Who left? Piercy and Palik went different ways to talk.
Oh yeah, where's Palik right now? Is she like in a hay bale or something?
No, she got up and dusted herself off, and like she's gonna look for Piercy and go shopping with him.
All right, Piercy and Palik are together. Xander, where are you at? And Yaru?
I'll be with Sildren and Brenros.
Yeah,
okay.
A little forlorn. I'm gonna be just following behind Sildren and Brenros.
Just kicking the can, disappointed he couldn't get the one with the information.
I've got like a diplomacy like 18. I can't get to roll those anymore.
We're gonna need you looking your best for this one. You'll have to charm some I'm guessing he's not very friendly.
Really?
To put on your charm. Brenderos licks his hands and starts brushing back the hair of Xander.
What do you know of this mayor from your gathering of information?
He's fond of pirates, and giving the company he keeps, we're going to have to get creative. That's all I know.
Surely we should wait for Piercy, and Balik said she was a pirate just earlier today.
Yeah, he does not sound like a reputable man. We should go together.
As Piercy leaves one little shop and starts strolling to the next one down the street, he sees some feet upside down in a barrel and goes to investigate and yanks on them. It's a Palik. What you doing in the barrel?
Looking for stuff. What are you doing? What are you up to?
What did you find in there?
Oh, nothing good.
Oh well, I'm just a chopping. I like to chop and.
What are you shopping?
Chopping, yeah.
For what? Shop, like you buying stuff?
Oh yes, that's the one.
Oh, what are you buying?
I don't know. I just like to look and.
We should go. I got some stuff to sell. We should. Let's go together.
Oh, it's
He's got all these tourist trap like little knickknacks, like a little snow globe of a pirate ship. He's got a shirt on that says I went to Port Rising and all I got was this hook hand and that kind of stuff.
I got 3 tracks in my hand too.
Ooh.
Okay, let's yo in this one here.
Yeah.
You guys do that. However, the other 4 of you are searching for a establishment called the what again? The One-Eyed Squid, I believe, is where you're headed.
One-Eyed Squid.
You find this tavern, and it is large. It's a former huge warehouse that is stilted up on the second level of the slope of the town. There are places around it. There's lots of foot traffic going in and around it. The sun is almost set, and you can hear lots of music, different types of music coming from inside, lots of laughter. There are some big double doors that are open and letting the ocean breeze come on in, and you can see this is the place to be here in town. It is a hopping place. You step inside, and some people are pushing their way past, some locals, thin little pirate type sailors, and as you come inside, you are stopped. Sir Brenros leading the way first with a big, thick, leathery hand of an armored ogre bouncer who puts his hand in your way.
Okay.
Off his right shoulder is a slightly larger armored ogre, and off his left shoulder is a slightly larger armored ogre. And between his legs is
nest?
Between his legs is a thick, leathery little gnome who scurries out from betwixt his legs. And he says, pal, no weapons allowed in here. You gotta leave them here. And he points to a big crate.
I'm not one to leave my weapons. Who are you?
He says, my name's Beaks, Peepadie, and no weapons, no armor, no packs, and definitely no wizard stabs.
No armor? It'll take me a week to get out of this. Would you settle for just the... You settle for just the sword.
Are you deaf, old fool? Don't make me have my buddies rough you up, because they will. I call that ogre Larry. This one over here is his brother Daryl. This one over here is his other brother Daryl, and they will mess you up, my friend.
They're from Newhart, Connecticut.
You hear music playing from the background.
I'm looking in this crate, and I see that there might be room enough for 4 gold. Would that sound about fair for you?
No!
Oh, prices have gotten steep. 8 gold, then.
No!
I'm looking at the ogres to see what they're doing.
They are watching the two off the shoulders are watching you. The one up front is keeping his eyes down below, waiting for some sort of physical command to tear at your throat.
Sildren will kind of ease up to Brenrose, and I don't think these are going to be easily dissuaded. We should do as they say if we wish to enter now.
Oh, seriously, it'll take a week to get this armor off. I can't spare the time.
We've only got 3 hours to go here.
Brenrose gets down on a
It's not a
knee.
cast. Find like pens in there.
actions.
It's a lot of actions.
A
to
ruler.
What would it take? I can't take the armor off, and I need to go in and see Jabrish.
No!
Okay, hang on just a second. We can speak. We can talk. Come here. Beep and I'm Xander.
Die.
You're telling me that this crazy, amazing party place that's full of everyone in the town has absolutely zero weapons. That's what you're telling me right now?
No one but our guards inside have weapons. No weapons, no armors, definitely no wizard staffs. I'm talking to you, gnome.
Don't look at me like that, gnome.
I'll be looking at you, gnome. Drop your staff and you can come in. Otherwise, you cannot come in.
Where do we put the staff? I don't want anyone to pick it up. You don't know where this has been? It could be gross.
I got box over there just for your group.
It's only our group's gonna touch that box?
Yeah.
No one else is gonna handle that?
I've got a little plastic card here that has a ship of like a clown and it matches and it'll all work out. Place it at the edge of your table. Your server's name is Kyle.
Kyle, tell you what right now.
There's a receipt and everything. It
If there's
seems
no
very
receipt, if
respectable.
Kyle's not there, if you're not gnome swearing to me everything right now, then we're gonna come back and it's not there, I will rain down all sorts of hell in this place.
Yeah, whatevs.
I can't front. He's fine. He's good. He's fine. This is a good idea. Tanner walks over and puts his staff in there.
I know, Sir Brenrose is watching. He's looking at all the buckles and all the time. This magic sword that means so much to him. And then Xander walks over, clink, just drops the staff clattering into the crate.
They're good.
He leaves his hat on though.
Hat's on.
You can leave your hat on.
There's a lot of singing in this episode.
We ain't done yet.
I had so many more verses to go before I got interrupted.
Oh my!
It took. I was like, Chris,
I know.
come on.
We only had so much tape though, Tim. We gotta watch out for it.
Brenrose will deposit his sword into whatever weapons he has into the box,
Okay.
and we'll try to gain entry.
All right. You are stopped by a leathery hand of an ogre who says, and holds you back.
Really? You're gonna take the man's armor? It's just armor.
That's the rules. You can come on by. Let the big gnome on by.
What if I vouch for him? If he does anything with that armor, it's
I don't know who the hell. I'm sounding like your dad. I don't know who you are.
You know exactly who I am. I'm Xander. I'm Xander, the Gnome of Navarre. I have been across all the great waters of the Great Taint. I worked with Captain Mad-Eye. I even learned how to speak pirates in home. This
Xander, roll a natural 20.
Okay.
Here we
Sounds easy. How about I roll it in? It's a 14. It's pretty
Who?
close.
I don't know who you are.
I mean, all right. Brendos, you gotta take it off. That's all I gotta do.
I'm already on it. Brenrose is starting to unbuckle, and at around round 10, I imagine finishes removing.
But the best part's around round 9. You've got that sexy barbarian armor left still on with the brassiere and the loincloth thing. We'll make it.
I'm asking the ogre to help me with one final buckle.
Just
Who else was there?
Chastity belt.
Sildren's there. He will deposit the weapons he has.
All right. Primarily the healing staff is what they're most concerned about, which is odd. And Yaru, were you there?
So Yaru is there. He has a cloak on, and he has his hands like this, so they can't really see his hand wraps.
Okay.
You know, so his hands are like in his hood, and he's just gonna try to walk on by.
Make a thievery roll +3.
Okay. Oh, at the bottom. Thievery. +3, 22.
The gnome says, "Wait, what do you have there?" and pulls your hand out and says, "What's this?" and points to this weird wrapping around one of your hands.
You would not part an old cat from his simple gloves?
Those are
Would
pretty
you?
crappy gloves. All right, off you go, inside.
I thank you.
What is that
And I
Ben
turned
Gay
around
smell
again.
that's emanating from this area? Come on, finish up the armor, man.
It's just this soft leather armor that's just matted with sweat and white patches of that non-clear Ben Gay stuff.
Yeah, it's just the palest, whitest skin you've ever seen, completely hairless.
Chunks of like dried baby powder are like rolling out.
There's that sucker. He puts in his mouth and heads on in.
Reminds me of a story about a Twinkie.
Moving on. The place is packed. The place is loud. There are tons of tables everywhere. There are people surrounding the tables, moving around. It's a big open floor, crowded with tables. There's gambling, there's drinking, singing, carousing. There's also suspended above, because it's a tall warehouse that's been converted into this bar, suspended above on huge, thick ropes with huge, thick knots underneath are flat floor sections made of wood where there are more tables and chairs, and then smaller ropes for individual planks that are stairs up to them, and they just gently move as people are having their good time above. There is a huge U-shaped bar to the right-hand side of wood that is crowded with crowded by a whole bunch of people, and again, lots of laughter, maybe some pushing and some jokes. There's a strange metallic tube that runs along the inside of the bar's length. You're not sure what that is. There is a single odd-looking bartender with a strange device attached to his head you can barely see from here. And in addition, you are all completely almost overwhelmed by the cacophony of sounds beyond everything you're hearing in the chaos of everyone enjoying themselves in this rowdy pirate bar. There's also music coming from the left. That's a band of fiddle players that are playing some old-fashioned pirate songs that's really loud and energetic. On the right-hand side, because it's a big place, is a young man who is singing his heart out in a heartfelt song about a lovely girl lost at sea. And then you can hear some strange drumming coming from further on in to the tavern, just adding to this crazy chaos and people, and you're bumping as you're moving through. Maybe you see Tom Cruise going the opposite direction with white hair, but it's really intense establishment. What would you four like to do?
Brenrose would like to feel the elation of going 30.
Because you're not armored. Unleashed!
Brenrose will go find a spot at the bar where you can get more of a view of everything else, near the odd-looking bartender.
All right, you come up to the odd-looking bartender. You see a strange, orcish-looking fellow with big, thick teeth, and says, "Hey, I don't like your kind here."
Oh, man.
I won't be here long. I'm looking for Jabrash. Where can I get him?
He just doesn't care. The bartender wiggles over, and I say that a little literally, as he is a strange amalgamation of man and squid from the upper body. He's got some tentacles that hang low as part of his face and as his arms, but he's got the mobility of a let's change our videos here. Mobility of a man underneath. He makes his way over towards your side of the bar, Sir Brenros, and attached to his face is a strange device that is wrapped around his throat and slightly in his mouth, and it has a metal tube line that goes down to this bar tube as well, and it slides along. He reaches an end of this tube, unhooks it, and water comes out, gets closer to you and hooks in another tube and slides it along over towards you, and comes over and says, "Oh, what are you having, friend?"
Wine.
You're gonna need something
Lots.
stronger for that.
Lots of wine.
Crackers, peanuts, something dry.
Yes.
He pushes over another bit of coin there. I think probably 2 golds worth.
Ooh, that's a plenty.
I'm looking for gibberish.
He reaches over and gives you a wooden cup, brings it over, a small wooden cup, but somehow pulls out a thin wine bottle from the folds underneath where his tentacles disappear, and pulls it out with a tentacle. Another tentacle uncorks it, and then pours
uncorking.
Pours you a drink. That's a special blend.
Thank you. And
It looks dark and inky.
Special blend indeed. Not wanting to be rude, Brenros will down the thick mixture
All right.
of wine.
You choke it down. It comes out a little heavy. You got to tap the bottom of the cup a little bit to get it out. More of a wine slurry than you were expecting.
A little more yeasty than you thought it'd be.
It sticks to everything. It's very mouthy feel.
Unro smiles and it's just blackened teeth.
Yeah.
You made me ink.
Mm.
There's like a dozen people at the bar, all just looking at you.
He drank it. Brenros is trying to blow a bubble with whatever is left in his. It's a lot more viscous than I expected it to be.
I get that a lot.
How much of that was you and how much of that was wine?
I put a little bit of me in everything I serve.
Oh.
Ha!
Would you like to wash that down?
Yes,
And he-
please, salt water, something. He blows out the kerosene mixture.
You open up the lamp. He says, I know Debrace. Yes, he owns the place. He's down over there in the grotto. And he points down where the drum music is coming from.
Is crying normal? Does that? I don't. Thank you. Thank you. And Brenros walks away.
All right, Brenros, I need you to make a fortitude saving throw, please.
Here we go.
He's gonna make it to the drum thing and then fall over. That's what's gonna happen. All
I've
right.
not been rolling great this evening.
Fortitude saving throw. Here we
Yes.
go. A 37.
37?
Nice.
You grab a second, you pay for a second cup before you go. You're good.
Chunky.
Got a
To
false
go.
sense of fortitude from drinking the first one.
I've got a nice sized roadie of whatever we got going.
Meanwhile, we have Palik and Piercy, the two P's. You guys are outside, hitting some different shops. Anything interesting you would like to shop for or do?
Percy's perusing. He has just kind of seen what is the kind of common wares that he would find in a shop in Port Rising.
Or Rising. You can see that more on a commercial level, they are not just a ramshackle pirate town. You can see that there are some slight, I would say, middle class style goods to make your place look a little bit better, some slightly better clothes than just sailor scraps. So your overall view is that this place is growing. This town is definitely it's the place to be. The top 10, one of the top 10 towns in Varennes. So yeah, it's starting to grow a little bit. It's becoming just a hint on the respectable side is what your various shopping gets you.
What we have here? Oh, this looks nice. That's a shiny one. Ooh.
And if you want to spend 1 silver, you can buy some piratey clothes to blend in very well and look very piratey, a little bandana and little sailor type stuff. Or if you want to spend 1 gold, you can get a miniature boys captainship outfit.
I'll buy that for Palik.
Okay.
Okay.
I hear you've been wanting to be the pirate, so
Yeah, this is great.
I think it look good on you.
Oh yeah.
She busts out some scissors and is just going to town.
Are there any kind of Piercy wants to see if there's like maybe a magic-y type of shop or a place that maybe he can find some bracers that might be a little special.
Some potions too, some like healing potions.
Ooh, that would be very unlikely, but this is also where weird things can pass through town. Let's make a very challenging society roll, and what you need to roll is clearly the number that is known as the number of shoot, where did it go? Make a 28 society roll, either one of you.
Oh, 25 is so close.
25.
Oh, fuck.
27 for Palik. You find like the best magic shop ever, and like, we're closed. We close at 6, and the door slams shut. No, you don't find anything.
We don't get flanking.
Nope, no flanking bonus.
Flanking.
All right. All right then. Yeah, Piercy's just mulling around and.
Okay.
I would, if we're in a shop, I'd like to pull out one of the paintings we found. Not the one with King Phaon in it, but the other one with the 2 other gentlemen.
Yes.
And try to barter and see how much gold we might get from
That's
that.
an interesting one. And where did you find? You remember where you found this?
I believe Sildren found them in the wreck ship in
Neighbor's Wake.
Neighbor's Wake.
Found him in the chest.
Let's see. Bump-a-dump-a-dum. Thought there were some other interesting things. No, where's it at? Oh, there we go.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, you are able to sell that, and it's got a nice frame. They are willing to give you 5 gold for that.
How about 10 gold?
They're willing to give you 5 gold for that.
No sale, no sale.
I don't think they understand the true value you're painting there, Palik.
I don't think so either. These guys suck. How about daggers? Do you guys have any daggers for sale?
They absolutely do, and you can buy as many daggers as you would like.
For 5 gold?
Or 1 painting.
Dagger, 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 dagger.
I'm not super keen to get rid of the paintings just yet because I think we might. But I wanted to see. Feels like 50 gold, sure.
They have daggers. Daggers are worth 2 silver, although they do have a fancy-ish looking dagger worth 1 gold. That the guy says, yes, this is a dagger from the elven realm of Ethlian.
By looking at it, does it seem like the stats would be better than a standard dagger?
Make a Arcana roll of 28 or higher.
Oh, that's gonna work out well. That's not even possible.
Can Piercy
I got a 9.
A 9. You take 2 points of slashing damage as you try to figure that out.
The whole
And
blade licking thing you keep hearing about doesn't work.
but no, it looks sweet as all heck, but no, it doesn't seem to have any special properties.
I will buy that fancy elven dagger, and I will also buy 3 standard daggers.
Okay. You can do so, and he can even sell you with that little bandolier you can wear around your shoulder if you want.
Very good. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Meanwhile, back in the tavern, we had Xander, Yaru, and Sildren doing what? What are you 3 doing as you see Brenros is getting a big old grin slowly on his face over time?
Yaru walks up to that bartender. Do you fear death? No, actually, I've been sitting on that for a minute. Yaru is going to.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that was great.
Yaru is going to try to hobnob as if it didn't just fail outside the gates of this establishment, hoping nobody came in and like recognizes him.
And hobnob to what? To what goal? What are you looking for?
I didn't hear what Brenros was saying, so I'm also looking for the mayor. Still on my hunt for the mayor and
Okay.
where I might find him.
Asking about the mayor directly doesn't get you any specific information, but if you want to spend an hour here with your hobnob bonus, you can spend a full hour here, and then you can try and make a roll.
I will do that. I don't think it would take an hour in the game for my for people to find me, but I'll still take the option.
Okay.
To hobnob until someone finds me.
All right, Sildren, Xander.
At this point, Sildren's just following Sir Brenros's lead.
All right,
Xander wants to go see if he can find some musicians.
you
Just where
can.
the bard is and see what they're doing.
You've got fiddlers on your left and a lone singer on the right.
Are they together or are they just
No,
randomly
they're on
doing their thing?
opposite sides of the establishment. The music clashes in the middle, and then you've got this drumming coming from the far grotto area that Sir Brenros and Sildren are heading towards. There's a cacophony of sounds for sure.
It's a lot.
Sildren has cast Vital Beacon at some point also.
I just
All right.
noticed that.
But you're being touched as you go by different crowd members.
Turns very rave-like. For
Yeah,
a brief
everyone's just like,
minute.
oh, wow.
How many charges do I have?
Those drums start getting louder and louder.
Xander's gonna head over to the singer.
Okay, you are over at the singer, and he starts singing a song about stars, how pretty they are,
How's that
and is looking directly at you with a big smile and kind of making this. If you're not into the music, like Glee Club scene, it can get very awkward having someone close to you just singing right at you type of a vibe.
Yeah.
And that's what he's doing. And as he's singing, you feel a hand touch you, Xander. And the hand touches your right shoulder and slips down your chest a bit and around your throat. And you turn around and see a slightly older, husky woman of the evening smiling mostly toothily at you from behind.
Oh, hi there. You,
Well, hello, cutie. I'm Treasure.
Hi, Treasure. You seem nice. You have a personal space issue, I think. It might be deficiency, but you come here often, I guess.
She slips her other arm around you and spins you around and puts both arms now behind your back around your neck as though you're slow dancing, and starts to slow dance with the guy singing behind you.
Oh, okay.
What's your name, sailor?
I'm Greg.
Well, Greg, I'm everything you want tonight and more.
That's amazing. So you're the mayor of this town?
I'll be whatever you want me to be.
That's
Hi,
weird.
what a large Adam's apple you have.
Cool. So tell me, what's the best place about Port Rising?
Finding your treasure.
I see what you did there, because that's your name, right? So you're the treasure that we find. That's cool.
How much money do you want to spend on a fun time tonight, Greg?
Oh, see, that's why I'm here. I don't have any money.
You don't have a single gold coin that could get you the time of your life, Greg.
You see right over there, the guy that's drinking the ink?
She looks
my
over.
patron. He's the guy that's taking care of me, and he's trying to find me work so I can get on a ship so I can go find and make my fortune.
All right. Well, then you have a good night, little Greg. And she gives you a kiss on the forehead. Xander, make a will saving throw, please.
27.
You watch her go a little bit. And she walks away, and you linger just a tad. Sildren, you are on guard duty with Sir Brenros, following wherever he goes, and you see an assailant enter your zone of control, and treasure has arrived. Sir Brenros, you took off this old, hard, thick, sweaty material, and now you find yourself instantly re-armored by treasure, a working lass.
Where's
and
the guard? All right.
She says, "Hello there. I'm Treasure, and I hear you like to have a good time."
Yes. yes, I.
Shh,
He's
you don't need to speak. She
Brenner's
puts your
trying to
finger
look
to your
past her.
lips. She pulls it down and looks at the black ink on her hand. "Listen, just a few coins, and I can make your night a memorable one."
Children's looking at Brenros like,
"I've got a thatch of hay not far from here."
A whole thatch. All right. Well, I have some business to attend to, and
"Don't you want to play with my thatch of hay?"
I'll have to. What's in this? Have you had this before? Drink this. I offer the
Needle in the haystack?
drink of the thick, viscous, inky wine as if she takes it and drinks. I'm looking over to where Jabrash is.
You do not see anyone by that name or close to it because you are dealing with treasure at the moment.
You are a big girl. Which do I use loosely?
She takes you by the hand and starts leading you away from the major crowd and
no,
towards the
I have
side
to
door.
go over here. I
Make an athletics roll, please, Sir Brenros.
You are a big girl.
Make it with a -2, please.
Holy hell, which species is she?
The determined species.
Determined species. What am I rolling here? -2 off of
Athletics.
Athletics.
Whoa.
A 31.
All right, you yank your hand violently away and get a punch ready, and then you calm down for just a second.
Opportunity. No, okay, I don't have that yet.
And easy.
I appreciate the this is strong stuff. I appreciate this, but right now is not a good time. That one there, he's very fond of you, and pointing at Sildren.
All right. She turns around and starts to accost you, Sildren. Sir Brenros, you carry on and you head past the tables to the far side of the entrance of the warehouse, to the far side of the tavern, where that far wall has been torn down. The wooden wall has been torn down, and it's right up against the rock face of the cliff that this building is stilted and attached to.
Cool.
And that cliff face has been carved out with a grotto cave, huge, deep inside, just beyond, and tall, but slightly below. So the roof is at your normal level, but it drops. So as you walk out towards it, you're at a balcony with a wooden post that you're on, and you can see about 15 feet below is the bottom of this cave, where there's another crowd of people gathered. Make a perception roll as well.
Certainly. 1 second here. I have to find my mouse. There we go. Perception of 23.
You are not aware of this for now, but just for bookkeeping purposes, you lose 4 gold. You will find that later on tomorrow that you have somehow lost 4 gold.
4 gold.
Yes.
And reappears tomorrow. This is lucky 4 gold.
No, it's gone. You will not recognize that.
I won't. Okay. All right.
When you do a count, you can see in this grotto area there's stairs that go down on either side. There are people gathered around a flat area where there is fighting going on between 2 muscular guys. There is a muscular dwarf who's just pummeling this tough-looking sailor guy with tattoos who's just getting beat. The crowd is cheering like crazy. You can see there's water that comes in from 4 corners of this grotto as little streams, and the 4 little streams of water pool together in the middle where they mix with the blood of the combatants and then disappears down a drain.
And it's collected by half squid bartender.
Yeah. You can also see down there is a large-headed man surrounded by an entourage of people. He looks to be one of the more wealthiest people you've seen. He's being fed some sort of candied treats by an almost nude male elf, and he's just going more and more pounding's happening, and coins and betting is being tossed around, and they're having a great time.
Is there anyone acting like a go-between between where he's at and anything, kind of like a runner for like placing bets and whatnot for
make a
fight?
perception. No, make a society roll. Society.
Make a society.
We'll make you guys rue not putting points into society.
Society says 16.
16. You don't see anything like that, but you do see Sildren has arrived right behind you. Sildren, make a perception roll. 2 perception rolls, please.
Perceptions. First one is 32.
Oh!
Ooh.
And
Natural
one.
Take one of mine.
Thank you. Which we're going to re-roll.
Oh, wait, well. Yeah,
Gonna get your gold back, I guess. Or your virginity. I don't know which is.
And 31. So
All
30,
right.
32 and 31.
That's huge. Sildren walks up behind you, Sir Brenros, takes one of your open hand and slaps 4 gold into it.
It was you! What's this?
She really was a treasure.
Oh, I see. I fell for the oldest of tricks. Yes, you got this from her, right?
No, from little scullion that took it from you.
Oh. Well,
And Sildren, you also can see there are several protective-looking guards that are nearby that person I mentioned, that large-headed person calling out for more entertainment, who's, again, down in the grotto, quite some distance away, cacophony of fighting. You can see those fighters. One's being dragged off unconscious, another is cheering, getting a bunch of coins. Other fighters are being brought in. And what I was saying, some guards that are the armed people you can see. What did you get? 31. You can also see, even more impressive, what look to be cloaked spell casting guards also on the watch for anyone getting close to this inner circle of the entourage.
I think that one there is Chibresh. He looks the wealthiest of all of them.
And those and those and those over there are all protectors of him. We need to move
How
forward.
can you tell?
Before they venture down the stairs or anything like that, Yaru will hopefully have seen at least Sildren and Brenros to catch up with them.
Okay.
And then the stars in the hat was really what gave it away. But
Mandatory.
Yaru, you can keep up with them, but then you lose your 1 hour effort that you'll be doing.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
That's totally fine.
Good.
But before we move forward, we should be, first off, careful dealing with this person. He will surely put up with very little nonsense from us, because I don't feel he needs to, but we just need to be careful approaching him.
If it would go, Brenros, please.
With the amount of drink he's putting away, I don't know how useful he's going to be to us either. All his drinking and feeding and paying attention to what's going on here.
I see a fighting pit down there. Perhaps one of you could pose to represent me, and I could enter into a fight and entertain him while one of you speaks to him.
It's an interesting idea.
Are people fighting right now?
There are two people that are just that are starting the fight, and it's going bloody already, and the drums have kicked in, and the crowd is cheering, and coins are being passed around.
So, I mean, Sildren's observing the combatants more than anything to get a judge of how skilled they are in actual combat.
Okay, you watch.
This is Yaru.
Yeah, they appear to be. How would I describe this eloquently? Level 4 sailor types? How's that for lame?
Okay.
I totally understand where you're coming from.
Yes.
Is there anyone that Jabresh seems to be favoring?
He seems to be favoring the biggest person in each fight. No matter just raw size, doesn't care about skill or name or anything, just raw size.
Interesting. Is there a period where this fight seems to be winding down that might be taking newcomers, or is there in fact a ringleader, a taskmaster?
You don't see such a... No, you do see one person, because the fight seems to wind down for a bit, and both of the guys stop for a second. They're catching their breath, and one yells out, "Sticks!" And the other one nods, and some wooden clubs are thrown into the middle of the area, and they start going at each other with bats.
Is there, as Renros said, for lack of a better word, like a game master of some kind? The guy who yelled "Sticks", is he in charge of that?
No, the guy who yelled "Sticks" was one of the contestants, but the guy who threw the sticks seems to have some sort of MC vibe to him.
Okay.
Brenros would like to approach him.
And Yaru will kind of stay in the back with Sildren and just kind of like shadow box with his hood still on, facing a wall, and just kind of...
If only you had boxing wraps on the... All right. The three of you make your way down. Zan, are you doing anything interesting?
I'm going to run up and tell everyone the best song I ever heard about stars.
You're going to tell them about your favorite song?
You guys, I just heard this best song. This guy was singing about stars, and it was amazing. It went something like this. I don't remember the rest of the words, but it was really good.
Just the one note?
It was a really good song.
Did you hear all of the song?
That was the most part that I heard, and then there was this really big lady who was very scary. I told her to go talk to you.
That was you!
Have Piercy and Funique found their way to the one-eyed squid yet?
No, you had no reason to do that, is my understanding.
Piercy, are you thirsty? I'm so thirsty.
I could use a little drink, yes.
Let's find an establishment. The rest of them will find us, I'm sure. Maybe we'll bump into them.
That sounds good.
All right, you guys start asking around for the best place. You get pointed in the right direction, and really just wishing you were in a sci-fi game where you could have headsets to talk to each other. But anyways, Xander, you catch up oblivious to what's going on with Yaru, who's punching away at the air for some reason, and
I guess Sildren's just the hype man right now.
You're the cut man is what you are.
There you go.
You're the cut man.
And Sir Bernros, you've walked down the stairs with this
You're my
giant
Adrian, bro.
donkey
Come on.
hair. No, you walk down the stairs. You're now down into the grotto. It's hard rock that you're in. You are there's drummers that you're going past. You make your way towards this guy who is dealing with the organization of some fighters, and you walk up. You also catch the eye of several people in the entourage across the circle on the other side. Sir Brenros, make a diplomacy roll for some sort of nuanced motion.
Diplomacy is a 27.
All right, you aren't known for these circles, but somehow you know the appropriate distant body language greeting that you give to a competitor or leader. What is that motion that you give, Sir Brenros, across the way?
That's the.
All right.
He's got some indigestion. He's just like, oh man, ugh.
That squidding gets me every time.
My heart, right at the hill, Donaghy, right at the hill. All right. You are there with the MC, and he turns around and says, "Hey, what do you got? What's going on? You got someone fighting, huh?"
I got a new fighter for you, and I got money to go down on him because this.
Treasures.
No,
Wait, what?
Hey, that's not the line, man.
that's separate. What are you doing here? Wait in the car. She'll be back later. If this doesn't pan out, there's always that. I have a new fighter for you, and I have money to back him. Because let's be honest, this is a little boring. Sticks and whatnot. We want the stakes to be higher.
How much money you putting up for your man?
To start, 100 gold.
100 gold. All right, let's see it here. And he opens up a box for you to put your 100 gold in.
Brenros have 100 gold.
Well, I'm about to
You
find out.
folks haven't let me visit a temple in God knows how long.
Unintended.
Brenros breaks out 10 platinum coins
All right.
and
He gets-
lets them clink and looks around at any takers.
You get a taker for sure. A wealthy-ish, finely dressed woman is there, a human woman, who sachets up and says, "I'll take that coin, but that's a lot of coin, and I don't know this fighter of yours. So I'll put in 125 for him to take on both of my boys." And she leans over to two Yasoki that she has behind her, little rat folk just like Piercy.
Xander's gonna do a kind of a rally call behind, and immediately start with like, "I got 2-to-1 odds, 2-to-1 odds on the 2-to-1, 2-to-1 odds," and we'll start
Off of, I make sure to show him that I'm talking about platinum here. What?
Xander's gonna start running his own
Low game, all right.
One little game. You have your 125. You have your 2. You don't know mine, but I don't know yours, and we keep upping the bet on this. I don't know yours. You don't know mine. I think 150 is fair then.
You hear some ooh from some of the nearby crowd. She says 150, so be it. And she drops in 1,500 silver. No, she drops in her.
One
$1 in copper.
later.
Hey, you heard that? They're betting 150 on us. We better do a good job.
And she drops in her 15 platinum coins. The guy snaps it shut, and he says, "So be it. You're next. When I call on you, good sir," pointing to you, Sir Brenros, "I'll need you to introduce your fighter and pump him up a bit for the crowd."
All right, Sildren, are you ready?
Sildren, the meat cut man, nods behind you.
Where's Master Yarrow? There's Yaru. He's not master anything. He's novice Yaru. Novice Yaru.
Of the 2 wins. 2.
3-1 odds. 3-1 odds on the novice Yaru going down strong with 2-1s.
I only have 1 3/4 of my wins.
All right. The fight ends. Some guy ends up unconscious, possibly dead, with a bat cracked up against his head. The crowd cheers. There is the drums stop. The beaten, unconscious, or dead guy is dragged out. More money is exchanged. The winner, with teeth missing and blood dripping down his face, is taken off and given a drink. And the MC of the battle strides out and says, we have some old favorites coming to battle tonight. We have coming from the Eastern Isles, the deadly duo Yosoki. And the crowd cheers, and 2 little Yosoki are doing that motion that Tim is doing right now. Somehow they can barely see their 4. These 2 Yosoki, and they are almost in this weird, freakish unison, as though they've battled like this many, many times before. And in this corner, we have a new challenger. He points at Master Yaru and his manager, Sir Brenrose. Or you just go for it, Brenrose.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen.
Master of the 3 wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful spectation, I'm trying to trump it up. The bigness of this fight, you will spectate the most amazing, the most impressive, huge, talent.
You sound like
Fighting.
H.W. Bush.
I give you the most impressive fight you will ever see in these isles. This wonder, this spectacle, this Master Yaru of the 3 winds. And God help those in the front row who stand too close.
And Yaru wasn't there the entire time he was saying that, and then he appears.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Teleportation.
Yay!
They're making us fight a cat.
I didn't realize that.
Brenrose starts moving back the initial crowd a bit.
Okay.
Unless you've got Gallagher.
And he stands there just...
Killed Chris.
They should absolutely get a penalty for having to fight their natural predatory enemy.
And Xander, you exchanged, by the way, a lot of coins at this poor 3-to-1 odd ratio. So we'll see what happens with that when the fight is over.
Are you escrowing the whole thing then? So I give you my 15 coin?
No, if your 15 is already in there, Xander's doing a side hustle over there.
All right, side hustle. Brenrose would like to join with the wealthy merchant lady and kind of wave over drinks for them as they commence in some degree of chat during the fight.
All right. She chats with you. She tells you that she is from Azamir, originally from the south. She wants to know your business, though. So where exactly are you from? I haven't seen you or your fighter here before.
We come from Navarre, not far away from where you mentioned you were at. We tend to wander Mirskan typically.
And do you normally wander Mirskan in a tube top and short shorts?
No, this is not my professional outfit. I'm taken to the festivities much like yourself, though not as finely dressed.
Yaru and the 2 Mouseketeers, you guys have that initial meeting right before the first bell is rung. What are you doing there? What do you say to each other to psych each other out?
I'm selecting a fighter right now with my
this. I love this. Is my favorite thing to do. I can do this all day. I can do this the entire stream.
And one of the Isoki jumps on the other shoulders, and he's up there.
Okay, cat, here we go.
just waving his fists around.
And Yaru, what do you say to psych them out before you fight?
Yaru will watch them do their roly-poly and just say, "Don't be so eager to jump into something you've barely begun to understand."
You're doomed.
The top one looks down, and the lower one looks up, and then, what to say?
Yosoki, make an attack roll, please.
Attack.
Please.
Is that just a 20?
20 plus 20.
Okay. 4.
So
24.
excited for this fight.
With lightning speed, you slap these little limp paws out of your way, Yaru. What would you like to do in the initial moment?
Instantly, I'm just going to grapple the top one and attempt to throw him off of the one underneath him.
Make an athletics roll.
Both us?
No, just him.
Natural 20.
Oh my god.
Oh, you can do more than that if you would
5
like.
to 1. 5 to 1.
It's 5-1 odds on this one.
Too late.
I can do this? Okay. So
What do you want to do? That's huge.
I will
Grab them both and just hold them up.
Legs.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I'll simply wait for the attack to come, and without using another focus point, I'll just like kind of phase through them and grab the scruff of his neck and just dangle him up and just be like, "I wasn't finished with my quote yet." And then I'll throw him out of the ring.
Oh, he gets thrown out and goes flying high and almost hits Piercy and Palik watching from the railing up above the grotto.
Wow, way!
What did you do? What did you soak?
I don't know.
That's a Yusoki a boost.
Piercy, what's that over there?
What?
And when Piercy looks, I'll kick the Yosoki on the ground.
And as I see it flying away, I'll just say, "Things do not just fall into our laps. You must fight. Prove that you are worthy." And then I'll face the other one.
All right. The lady says to you, Sir Renros, and what profession is that?
Oh, I often take up the knighthood when I get a chance.
But seriously, what profession are you?
I travel and explore. I actually deliver on behalf of certain nobles of the seas. Oh, this is a good one. You should watch this.
Watch your man's head closely here.
The other Isoki takes his tail and whips it around Yaru's neck.
Oh, all right. What else would you like to do and/or say, Sir Brenros?
It's been quite lovely talking to you and all of this, and no offense at all. I am trying to find out about that one over there. Jabej? Do you think you might be able to introduce me to him?
You mean Drabesh?
That's the one. Yes. I've heard about him. I'd like to be introduced.
Right this way. She looks back and smiles as she sees some tail neck wrapping maneuver going on from one of her guys. And she takes you over to the entourage. There you see there are several guards with physical weapons as well as some magical looking protective guards, but you look like a turtle out of its shell, so they don't see any threat from you whatsoever. You walk up and she says to the main folks there, Debraish, I would like to introduce you to my fighting opponent. I didn't quite get your name, actually, sir.
Primrose.
This is Brenrose. He is a fight master as well as a messenger for some of those special noble houses we know all too well here at Port Rising. The half-naked elf who is almost on the lap of the big-headed fellow and feeding candy, chocolate candy, into the mouth, turns around and straddles the big thigh of the big fellow and says, "Ooh, you are a messenger then? That's delightful. Come, sit close. Would you like some candy?"
Something else to enjoy the fight with?
Oh,
Wine
no.
too, if you
And
have it.
he forces a piece of chocolate between your lips.
Oh,
Ooh, they're so black and inky. Piercy, you look, and there's a Yosoki who pulls up beside you, shaking his head, getting tossed out. He looks right at you and nods, recognizing you as his third cousin.
Oh, hey, it's you. What you doing here? Go fight.
And he dives in. He goes
That's a lot
flying
back,
off.
What?
Make an attack roll, little cousin. Plus 20.
Ooh.
39.
39. You get a critical success on, I think, 39. What's your armor class, Yaru?
Yeah, that's critical. It's a 27.
Your critical success. What would you like to describe in that moment, third cousin?
He gets a little bit of a charge from seeing Piercy there.
Off
And
the
he-
top rope.
Yeah, he goes barreling out and he jumps off the top rope and he just face hugs Yaru. And just slams him down onto the
Oh, the crowd cheers like crazy, and they love the audacity. Yaru, what would you like to do?
So I've got one like hanging off my back upside down with its tail like choking me. and then
you've
I've got, this
mini
one
me on your face. Yes.
Oh gosh.
And you have fallen backwards, knocked you down, smash on the ground.
I'm on the ground?
Yeah.
on the ground.
Oh shit, okay. What do I want to do, guys?
angry Isoki tail just kind of
Yeah.
Get up! I've got a lot of gold on this. Get up!
Here, see, that's your cousin?
Yeah, they all my cousins.
Oh, you should go. How good fighters are they? You should put some money down.
Oh no, we don't bet on the family.
3 to 1 odds. Yours about to get choked out. 3 to 1.
Feeling a sensation
odds are
of
changing.
somewhat discomfort in my throat. I'm going to use another focus point,
Hey.
and I'm going to key strike myself in the face, but there's a mouse in between my fist and my face, so I'm gonna hit the mouse
Okay.
and hit myself in the face.
Make an attack roll. The key strike is a little magical extra Ryu punch where you get a +1 to your hit and extra damage.
Make a
Look.
roll.
Ooh.
It's a 32.
Oh!
32 is a 33.
33
That is a solid hit.
That's
Roll
right.
your damage.
Okay,
Just so we have some rough idea.
that's that. And my key strike does 2d6.
Oh, yeah.
So there's an extra 3. Not bad, but there's an extra 3. So 21 points of damage.
21
My
points of damage.
kidneys!
He goes scurrying off like a wounded, scared cat and goes scurrying back into the crowd, but there's still one left hanging around your throat. And
Oh, did I say just one hit? I'm sorry. That was a flurry of blows.
Flurry, go ahead and make another attack. That's a key strike with 2 attacks.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was the second one. 15. A 31 to hit.
We got to take the.
The first one was 23.
Yeah.
The second was
You're
31.
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 31 is another hit. Roll
So
your
the
damage.
first one goes like this and hits this guy right here in the face. The second one goes behind my back and hits this one that's
Heck, you
behind
can even
my
do a
back.
headbutt into the ground because you're on your back.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll just do that.
Yeah,
Headbutt.
make a damage roll.
Same amount. practically.
18 plus 9.
Oh, that's 27.
27 points of damage.
I think of it like only 3 points of damage, but you do it 9 times. Just smash, 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 smash. And it's
Piercy is just taking his hat off his head and just covering
or does Piercy feel a sense of loyalty?
In between each smash, I'm going, looking at Piercy, looking at Piercy, looking at Piercy.
Piercy, that's your family.
that is.
And I stand up like that old footage of that Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter, and there's blood all over me, but none of it's mine.
Yaru, hey, it's okay, man.
Xander, what were the odds?
Not enough! More gold!
Brinrose,
I'm
continue.
wiping myself off.
No, it's a little salty.
Do you like my nougat?
Oh, it's very.
Would you like some more? Oh, you want some more?
No, not right now. I don't want to. I don't want to.
Here,
spoil
put it in
any
your
future-
pocket. I'll help you. And he puts it in your pocket. Save it for later.
Thank you so much. I hear you're someone who could help me, and I am to be delivering a very special message to someone that you know and could get me to see. Man, you're the only one that I could speak to about this. It's very, very important. And given that you are one of refinement, I have a wager here that appears to be about 1, and I would...
The crowd cheers, crescendoing 9 times as they just go, ooh, ah, as the Yosoki are being pummeled and bashed against the ground.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah.
Walla walla bing bang.
Hey.
As you can see, I would very much like to part with some of this coin. I feel it very unfair that I would even be here without your hospitality. Would you be able to assist me in exchange for some of my winnings, which are clearly yours for just allowing me to be a part of this?
What exactly did you have in mind? I'm always open to many possibilities.
I need to speak to Jakundar.
To whom?
Jakundar, the mayor.
Oh, I know who you speak of. That is Jun Cartlin, Lord Jun Cartlin, as he likes to be called.
I have been very terrible with names. I think it's the drink.
You didn't. Oh, that's all right. I understand. I believe that could certainly be arranged. You are a man of means. Let's say half of your winnings for tonight. How much was that? You hear from behind you 125 with a sigh.
I thought it was 150.
Oh, 150. You're right. Sorry, 150.
That's Sildren says that. I believe it was
So first league, I'm not letting anyone else get away with this.
150 was the wager.
If that's agreed, then yes, I can pass along a note that you should meet with Lord Jun Cartlin. He normally tends to what business he has in the morning. I can give you the secret entrance and where to be come sunrise, and you have yourself and your manservant here with the hood, and he would probably like to see your fighter. I could tell him to expect 3 then. How does that sound?
Expect 3, and I have others with me as well who should probably come along.
Ooh,
One in particular certainly bears the substance of the message that I need to convey.
How many in total? They're quite protective.
With myself, 6 in total.
6 total? I would agree to 6 total only if a fortnight from now you absolutely bring back your fighter, and I will arrange the most glorious behemoth that has ever been seen in these isles, and we will have giant versus flying fists. That sounds like an amazing evening.
That does sound amazing. And a fortnight from now, why not? Let's make an arrangement. And
all right. He daintily, with a very bracelet-covered wrist, shakes your hand while still sitting on the big, thick leg of this giant, large-headed guy. He shakes your hand. You come away with chocolate on your hand and says, agreed. There is the old elm tree on the east side of the island, up high. Be there at sunrise. I'll pass along a note, and you and 5 others will be allowed entrance.
Very good.
And there's more cries as Yaru finishes off the last of this Yosoki in some final way. What is that, Yaru?
After all the headbutts and all that stuff, he goes and grabs the tail of the one trying to squirm away under like all the crowd, you know, trying to use a nimble crawl.
You never do that, dude. That's not cool.
It's not like that. I'm celibate, okay? It's not.
It's part of the spinal cord, man.
So I'll pull them back and I'll just lift them both up as we established earlier, and then I'll just look at them both and I'll just say, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm very old, and I'm actually very tired now.
Are we just doing our job?
I'm just trying to get information from this guy over there. What do you want me to do about it?
We're just doing our job.
Listen, me too. Listen, you know what they say? A penny earned is worth two in the bush. So...
I don't think to say that.
So why don't I take my winnings and I'll give some to you?
Fighter's face! Fighter's face! Everyone's watching!
I'm going to pretend to push you into each other really hard now. You pretend to be unconscious, and I'll be a good man, and I'll pick you up and I'll take you away to the infirmary. It'll be fun, okay? Ready? 1, boom! And I just knock them out cold.
You knock them out cold, you snap their necks and drag them away.
And then I just go have a little Yaru time with 2 rats.
Yaru time.
Don't see me for a minute.
Cigars.
Like there's a later scene with Piercy just crying over their bodies.
Let's just say I bring Sildren some teeth later.
Oh, God.
All right, Brenros, your deal has been made. Your lady friend says that was a good win. Your fighter is quite extraordinary. Would you consider selling him?
Ooh, well, just curious. How much?
How about 800?
800.
Platinum.
I'm going to say no for now. But
I'll be back in a fortnight.
But in a fortnight, we may have an arrangement.
All right.
And I didn't get your name.
Hold on. Let me bring up my database here.
Is she lagging?
Aylin, Ailen.
Aylin, it was a pleasure doing business with you, and waits for the coin to pass hands, not necessarily from her, but from whoever was escrowing the...
Pay up! I see you sneaking out! You don't get away from the gnome! Get back here! Everyone else, come back in! Come back in!
Xander, you start to collect your winnings. I need you to make a society or diplomacy -2 roll. Society straight, diplomacy -2, your choice, to see how much money you've brought in with all your wheelings and dealings.
I will do diplomacy -2, which is a 27.
With a 27, you
25 -2.
25! Freaking Sildren, always watching my gold.
You have like a brooch or something that allows you to
The group accountant.
super diplomatic.
What was that, Alistair?
I was saying, don't you have like a super diplomat's icon or something? Yeah.
I do, yeah. It's, I got that back, didn't I?
I don't know.
A long time ago.
Y'all already
Did,
don't know.
yeah, it's the diplomat's badge.
Y'all was having a snack. So.
That's
Which
already
is-
I didn't say that.
inside the skill, though, so
Pretty
that's
sure
what
it
the
is.
plus
Oh, okay.
one, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Xander, you have, what did you get, 25?
25.
You have walked away with 175 gold.
Woo!
Oh.
Xander will get up to Yaru and give him 75 gold.
Oh, I thank you, Xana, but I needn't this much.
Okay, he takes 75 gold.
I will take 50.
So does the crowd. So does the crowd around them. Okay.
I need to bury my cousins.
Oh.
You
were
don't need
killed,
to
were
do
they?
squat. You didn't put even money on that one. You have a bad bet.
But they're my cousins.
Well, they were your cousins. Let's just be clear.
Yeah, they're in a cat now. They're going to get buried at the end
Yeah.
anyways.
Or at least
Guys
put in
are
some sand and like
Guys are
scratched over.
So cruel. So cruel.
Oh, you want to say goodbye? Here. I have one in my mouth pouch. I have a mouth pouch too, Percy. Here. Oh, yeah.
This one I call him Tartar.
It's little Peter or whatever the fuck.
Oh.
It was Petra. Petra.
I've never been so excited about a fight. That's the worst.
Also, Yaru gain a hero point. Sir Brenrose gain a hero point, and Tim gain a hero point.
Great
That
job,
pushes
guys.
me to 3. Is that viable?
That's I'll allow it.
I'll allow it. And there's a certain amount of platinum that is being thrown towards Brenros. A half value, 7.5.
Your winnings were passed along to Debrache. That was the deal.
Gave him-
Oh, I thought it was half the winnings.
Oh, sorry, you were absolutely right. It was half. It was half. Sorry.
Do we need to correct everybody?
Sildren's got it. Sildren, just tell us.
It was half. Yeah.
All right. You get that money, and let's go ahead and take our break here. We will be back in a few minutes, folks.
Beep and I, it's Xander! Have you ever seen me totally blast a monster with my most powerful spell? Yeah, me neither, but I could! So don't forget to watch us live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. West Coast at twitch.tv/Inglorious Bards. I cast Acid Arrow! Aw, dang it! Sorry, Iggy.
The party continues at the One-Eyed Squid Tavern Extraordinaire. It's like the destination location here at the Thousand Islands. Boots and cats, that's fitting with what just happened with the beatdown. Fist and cats and fist and cats. Coins are exchanged. I think there was money that was handed to and fro to different people involved in the group and the winnings. Piercy seems quite distraught over the fate of his brethren.
Oh yeah, and by the way, rewatch the stream sometime, and you can see the exact moment that Yaru makes an enemy of Piercy. Like you can just see it.
That's my cousins.
Palik, you are down in a drink. You're up above on the balcony area, and a trio of sailors sash up beside you.
Okay.
And one of them says, "Hey there, you look like you're someone who's a bit of a rough and tumble character. What do you say?"
Of course I am.
My name is Morgatio. This is Togwin. This is Cheps. We sail out of a ship, and you seem to have an air about you that you might be pretty handy on a boat bound for trouble and booty.
Oh, I know all about booty.
Excellent.
What did she say? What did she say?
You can't hear, unfortunately, Xander. You're down below in the grotto, but you do see her laughing and smiling with a drink in her hand with 3 guys giving her all the attention in the world. Morgatio says, we've got a ship that's heading out tonight in a few hours. The work is hard, but the pay is great, and we could certainly use someone like you.
So she is dressed in her little captain's uniform.
Oh yes, that's why they.
Yeah. Why would I want to join your ship? I have a ship of my own.
You have a ship of your own. Your ship is nothing like the Barnaclin. We have the fastest ship out there. We have great success with all our pillaging and our looting. And
what kind of success?
Give me
a little taste of your success.
We take down the biggest merchant ships there are. We outrun any ships that are trying to cause us any trouble with ease. We walk away. Each of our crew members walk away with a fair share of the treasure.
What kind of treasure? Like I said, show me a little taste.
You roll 15s or higher 25% of the time.
He jingles his purse.
What's in there? That's probably just coppers. I don't believe you.
He digs in and shows you a bunch of silver and a few gold interspersed. There's plenty more like that.
Who wants all that silver? Silver is practically useless. Give me all their gold.
He says, "Look, we're offering you a job. You look like you can handle yourself on a ship. Do you want the job or not?"
My ship.
You don't
Great
understand.
Taint.
She's holding you up, guys.
I'm Captain Palik. I have my own ship. Why don't you come join my ship?
Forget it. And they walk away.
Okay. I'm going to, as he walks away, I'm going to attempt to lighten a load of his coin purse.
Oh, all right. He turns away. Go ahead and make a thievery roll.
Oof. I'm going to use halfling luck. I rolled a 7.
Okay.
To re-roll that. Yeah. How about a 30?
All right, with a 30, you outdo his perception and are able to take the very jingled purse off of him as he just shakes his head and says, "Forget it," walks away. As soon as he spins, it's gone. It's in your hand, tucked away underneath your nice new cape from your captain outfit. They walk off, and you have scored 43 silver and 12 gold.
Nice.
You bailed on the Barnaclin.
Yeah.
All right.
Why would I go on the Barnaclin with those 3 assholes?
That's a great question. We were about to rob it later. That was your idea.
What? Oh shit. Yep.
Meanwhile,
crap.
Sildren is accosted, and you are instantly ready, putting your hand over your purse strings and keeping any hands away from your collarbone, as manly hands away from your collarbone.
Mm-hmm.
And you see someone lightly tapping you upon your shoulder as you guys are wrapping it up for the evening. You see, as you turn around, a youngish man, maybe around 20, 21, with a young, lean face. He has on a greenish robe with heraldry you immediately recognize as belonging to the new group known as the Navarian Wardens.
All right.
And he turns to you and says, "Are you Sildren, the druid?"
I am.
He says, "I am Warden Latonus. I am heading out quite soon." And he waves off some people that are motioning for him to get out of here with them. I'm leaving quite soon, but I was told to reach out to you and the rest of the defenders of the realm if I were ever to find you. The knight Sir Brenros, the gnome Xaner, and there was one more who eludes me. And I have found you here. I'm on an assignment from Commander Idrisil, but I'm taking my leave soon. He said I should relay any messages that you might have for him, anything he might need to know what's going on.
Just tell him I love him.
Of course.
No, tell him I love him.
Is there any other news you would like to share?
No, just that.
An odd request, but I can certainly do that.
He'll know what it means.
Well, he had said you would pass along valuable information on your adventures. I'm sure it's code for something. And I can just pass along what little I've known. My assignment was not the most successful, and he waves off his people again. I would just warn you out here in these waters that there is a death ship called Night Skull that should be avoided at all costs if you see it out here.
What do you know of that ship?
That is all that I've heard, and people have taken it quite seriously. I've heard of that and rumors of an island of the damned that slays anyone who look upon the dead walking upon it.
And what task has Idrisil assigned you?
Commander Idrisil had heard rumors of an island with a kindly keeper who watched over an old sorcerer who went by the name Maginor, and this old sorcerer had passed away recently. So he sent me to see if there were several sorcerer items of magic that he would rather be aiding Navarre and Navarre's champions versus any of the pirates out here. Unfortunately, my attempts to even get to the island were thwarted, and I need to find my way back to Mirskan.
What information were you given about these islands? The island of the sorcerers?
It's the northernmost island, but I was battered away by fierce snow that was quite unusual. And in the middle of the night, our ship was attacked by some sort of creature, some sort of flying creatures that almost shredded all of our sails. So we turned back and got away before our ship was sunk.
I see. Unfortunately, I have no message beyond what I have said for Idrisil.
Very well.
Commander Idrisil.
Then I wish you and the defenders safe adventures and glorious outcomes for Navarre.
And to Navarre.
All right. And he walks off to join his friends as they head out. And you and your friends are done with the evening, except you have to pull away Piercy, who is finishing up the last of one of his many sea shanties. What are the last few lines of this one?
Bonnie broke his heart and died. Away in St. Helena. Give her the top gallant sails. It's a very way to Baltimore. Drive her, Captain, drive her, and bust the chafing leather.
Who's gonna get him?
I can do it.
And there's a whole bunch of people that were joining in. They know that famous shanty of the Kingdom Baltimore very well, and they sing it along with you. And the evening comes to a close. You guys get in a crappy couple rooms at a crappy little motel type situation that's clinging to the side of a cliff. And it is the next day. You awaken early before the sun rises. Brenros feels much better slipping on that smelly armor, and it just feels like this warm cocoon again. as opposed to like a lobster out of the shell. And
With its pasty innards. Just
like Zoidberg is what keeps coming to my mind.
it
And
just
you
kind of squishes into place. That's just how it is.
You guys make your way to the east side of the island, and there you search around and find a strange out of place elm tree with an obsidian rock that has no business being there. And just kidding. And yeah, you guys see this tree, and you walk up. What do you want to do? It is this big, glorious elm tree that towers over. To its right side is a drop of a cliff with waves crashing up against the eastern side of the isle. You can see the ocean stretching out as far as can be. You can see a couple ships have already head out in this early morning.
What color are the leaves?
What color are the leaves? They are a fading green color.
And this was supposed to be where we're supposed to meet John Carlin.
Who are we meeting here?
The mayor.
That wasn't the mayor last night.
No, that was not the mayor last night. Sorry, the sun's a bit bright here.
Who's the mayor?
John Carlin.
Was it one of those two Yusoki?
No,
Oh,
I don't
good, okay.
think so.
I hope
Okay,
not.
good. Me too.
Oh,
That'd be
don't
really
mention
bad.
the cousins.
I can't say why, but that would be really bad for us.
According to what I had learned the other day, it was that the mayor should be out here at sunrise. Hopefully we
sun
don't have
is
too long to wait.
starting to rise. The light is the orange light is coming up over the horizon, and as that happens, you hear not too far away the sound of a whip crack. Someone say, "Move! Let's go!" And another whip crack. And you see coming across these scraggly rocks and grass is a man with a whip, a backpack around his shoulders, and in front of him are two almost completely nude ogres with loincloths. I guess that's pretty common, but they have giant packs, crates tied around them, and barrels in their arms, and also tied around them as giant pack animals as they are stomping their way and scrambling up these rocks and heading towards you folks.
This must be him now.
This doesn't look good.
I don't want to get eaten.
Well, they're just ogres. They're
You're
not
just
giants. Probably not as hungry. I'm sure they're fed.
And speaking of fed, Yaru is just rubbing his overextended fat belly right now.
It's distended belly.
Like Thanksgiving, post-Thanksgiving. The guy whips again, and the ogres keep making their way up with this heavy metal barrel, heavy wooden barrels and crates. They grunt backwards at him. He whips again, and this trio make their way up to your group. The ogres stop next to the tree, drop their big barrels on the ground, and sit on them to relax for a bit.
Hello.
What is the guy doing outside of? He's not doing anything with the barrels, but what is he doing?
He is taking off his pack and is carefully pulling out of it a dangerous looking chain that looks to be about 10 feet long. It's got a circular loop on one end. He pulls it out. It's this big, thick chain. And then there are sharp, jagged, almost like barbed wire, rough iron bits attached sporadically throughout it. And he pulls and pulls and just pulls out a ton of this chain, a good 30, 40 feet of this chain unraveling from this metal-lined interior backpack of his.
Like a handkerchief from a magician?
It's exactly like that. And he hands one of the and the other end ends with a little loop. And he hands one of the loops, drags one of the loops over to you guys and holds out the loop. Here. Take it.
Yaru will grab it.
Yaru, you grab it. He then lets the rest of the chain hit the ground, and he looks around and roots around and grabs the other loop from the other side and starts walking around this small little area while his ogres just sit there and watch the scene.
Excuse me, you would
stops.
be the mayor of Port Rising, would you not?
No. What are you, some sort of idiot?
Who might you be?
Hold that, he says to Yaru, and he walks around the giant elm tree and circles around and comes back the other side and is standing right next to you, Yaru. So
Tell
that
me-
it's looped around the tree.
What is the purpose? I assume you're attempting to take this tree down.
No, it's the other way around. Now pull! And he starts going backwards and pulling on the chain.
The tree is taking you down.
I said pull! You're a whole bunch of idiots.
Why not have one of your ogres do it? Surely they are stronger.
He stops, sweating, walks back over to you and says, are you some kind of stupid idiot that can't follow directions, or you just got no muscles whatsoever, you old fool? Or do we need someone else? I need someone else to pull!
Did you just say no muscles? Okay. I roll up my cloak sleeves and I'll pull.
All right, you start pulling. He also
I'm
starts
tapping
pulling.
X as many times as I can.
Pull harder, you fool. You keep pulling, and the chain with its little serrated bits starts kind of cutting into the tree, just like you mentioned. Little brown sap starts to drip out, and then you hear a deep guttural howl of pain from the tree itself. The tree starts to shift around. You hear this big emanating pain from the tree. Branches extend down and they start to form leafy, huge scoops that are about 8 feet long. And the scoops reach down and drop down onto the ground, 2 of them, one in each of its hands. The guy stops with the chain and slowly starts walking around to unwind the chain. You see his ogres are picking up their barrels and crates and are moving onto these weird scooped open palms on the tree's hands.
What in the world?
Yes, this is weird. What'd you get us into, Brenros?
I don't know. I've not seen anything like this. He says he's not the mayor.
Yaru will hand the chain back to him and just ask, I ask you, what did I just help you do?
So I was told there'd be 6 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of you, right?
Yes.
Let's
Yeah.
go. He puts the chain back in his pack, slings it over his shoulder, and gets on the scoop with his ogres as the tree just shifts back and forth in some sort of moaning sound.
So this is actually like Sildren's sense is that the tree is actually being caused physical pain. Is that like truly the tree?
Make a nature roll.
Good question.
I'm going to use a hero point because I rolled a 5,
Okay.
and I don't like that. This is important to Sildren. And I rolled a 7, so 26 total.
26, you believe so, is my answer.
Okay. Making a mental note of that.
What is this, children? What is this? What is he doing?
I think we are going to end up in a portal of some sort, but this is
So we follow him.
goes against nature in many ways. Sildren will go onto, I guess, the other scoop, I suppose.
Xander will follow.
Like,
He doesn't-
Sildren's mad at this point, though. He's like genuinely angry right now. So
I want to know more of this tree. And Brenros will get up onto wherever Sildren is getting up onto.
Okay.
Malik will get up next to this old man.
Sir Brenros?
No, the other guy. The unknown person.
Okay, so you're next to him between two ogres with very heavy things towering above you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyone else?
Yeah, Yarrow will get on if there's room next to Brenros.
Sure, plenty of room.
It seems our efforts must again rise to the occasion, my friend.
He says, as you all descend, the ground underneath you starts to part and roots start to move. Piercy seems to have something on his mind.
Piercy wanted to jump up into the branches.
Piercy starts climbing up as the branch arms crack. There's another moaning sound as it extends these arms and starts to descend these scooping hands down beneath the ground. There's a huge webwork of its roots, its magical roots, that it parts as it starts to descend you down through a shaft that has been created in this hill, and down through this rock you are dropped down slowly, and the arms crack again and extends you 10, 20, 30, 40 feet down beneath the ground. I believe all of you are going down there except for Piercy, who is up above.
Yeah.
You are dropped down to the bottom, and the scoops touch down. And at the bottom of this shaft, you can see there are some other side passages that go off. There are lanterns here that are all in a blue hued light. And there are some guys here with weapons that are guards, just casually leaning on walls or sitting on chairs. They see you guys fully armed and armored, or are you guys leaving your weapons behind like you did the tavern up above?
No, I had gone
No.
through all the effort of getting this stuff back on, so
All right.
Brenros is armed and armored.
They see you guys and they come over, and Piercy, you can see your friends disappearing down into the shaft. You can see a little bit of lights. You can see them stepping off of these scoops, and then everyone can see these scoopy hands and arms start to rise up again.
Yeah. Piercy's just kind of observing what's going
Right.
on and seeing them descend to the earth.
How far down did we go?
40 feet, 40. Piercy, you see the arms rise up, the branchy, brambly hands spread out into more natural-looking branches. They rise up out of the tunnel, and as they go up, the underground roots come back in, almost like water coming back into place, and start to cover that up. You guys down below can see the morning sunlight fade away as the roots close over you overhead, leaving just the blue lights down below. Piercy, you see the hands rise up, the branches start to take a normal shape again, and the elm tree takes its natural shape with you up above, leaving you alone on what appears to be a normal large elm tree and just the wind of the sea.
Okay, so I guess I just stay here. It's okay, I got it.
Down below, you guys are approached by several guards. Two of them have halberds. One of them has a bastard sword. They are all armored in chainmail. And one of them comes up and says, "You're the six."
Well,
We're the 5.
5.
We were told 6, and the ogres walk past them with their goods.
I think there was some misunderstanding. One didn't understand how the tree worked.
We're first-time members, and we left somebody at the gate, and I'm not sure if you could, New England clam chowder?
Didn't
Did
bring
they
his
say
costume
anything
for-
about weapons? And the other guy shakes his head. I see you got weapons.
Yes, weapons, all of us. You too.
and they didn't say anything about it. So let's carry on.
Ooh, make a intimidation +2, Sildren.
Not my strong suit.
I like to see these rolls.
You can do it.
Yeah.
19?
Well, shit.
Not your strong suit. Without
Not your
plus
strong
one.
Let's see. We have Xander staff, Sildren's staff, Palik daggers, Yaru nothing, Brenros. He says, you're going to have to leave that sword behind. The rest is all right. We have a 6-inch limit to the blades allowed on this blade.
Where do you want him to put it?
On the table.
Okay, and let me put it up there for you, Brenros.
No, thank you.
Yeah, and then as Palik's going to try to slip it into her bag of holding.
All right. You head over to the table, make a thievery roll when no one's looking.
22.
All right. You start to put it into this pouch, and one of the guards looks back and says, Hey, what's that? You're supposed to leave the sword there. Something's fishy. And the guys with the halberds back away from the rest of you and have their halberds ready.
This sword here? Okay. And I'll put it on the table. Shit.
Make a deception roll, Palik.
Make a good deception roll.
Natural 20. That work?
Ooh.
He's like, all right. Sorry, I thought I saw something. My mistake.
Yeah. With that natural 20, as they turn around, could I put it in the bag of holding?
You put the sword on the table with a loud clank. They turn around to apologize to the rest of the group, and you put the sword back into your bag of holding, and it is secreted away.
And I give Brenros a big wink.
All right. Now you should give him a nod like R2, and he nods back at you. And he nods. And the guards motion for you guys to head down a different corridor than the ogres went into. And these are cut into the rock, perfectly smooth floor, perfectly carved sides, and very interesting entrance for sure.
Is that the old man that brought us down still here?
No, he left with the ogres.
With the ogres, okay.
How many openings are there, or corridors?
There are
Just
two.
Just two? Okay.
Two. One on either side. And you can hear the sound of the ocean coming from the corridor you are not heading towards. Just
Okay.
FYI.
And that gets further away as we go down? That
The sound?
Yeah, the sound fades away.
Correct.
And where are we going? Where are we going?
Yeah, where's the mayor?
You're asking this of the guards?
Of the guards, yes.
The guard says, his meeting hall is down there.
Interesting. Why isn't it above on the surface?
Perhaps at sea level?
He shrugs. I don't make the decisions.
Interesting. You're very finely armed and armored for being down here. Are there more of you?
Yes?
That's very interesting. I have some familiarity with the weapons that you carry. It's a hobby of mine.
A lore I don't get to use often.
Lore, yes.
Warfare lore.
Warfare.
Looking for
Would you like
some
to-
excuse to use it.
Can I roll for you? I just
Please ask me a question about your own weapon.
Test me.
Suddenly it's the Antique Roadshow. Ooh, this one's nice. Yes, this actually comes from the 3rd Dynasty.
but I wouldn't give it more than 20 silver. And follow them down to where we go.
All right, they are following you down as you head. The 5 of you minus Piercy, who's taking a siesta up above. The 5 of you, Tim's just going to play this game at some point tonight. He's just waiting for his big chance.
You got a shanty in. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey!
You guys walk down this corridor lit by the blue lights, and it doesn't take long before it empties you out into a conical chamber of quite some size. It is, again, smoothly carved. At the far side is a large step or large platform about 5 feet high, where there are some tables, some candles, and there is a giant stone throne that has been carved out of that same stone. There are about maybe a dozen guards, and there are maybe a dozen other members of this lord/mayor's court of just people sitting in. And I say court, and I use that very loosely. These are some sketchy looking orcs, some one-eyed patched pirate types. There's a goblin or two in here. It's not the most friendly of places. And sitting upon this throne, almost just hanging off of it, is a tall, 8-foot tall, muscular minotaur who commands the presence of the room. He's got one horn broken off almost at the base, the other looking quite sharp, and he stares at the lot of you. The sounds you can hear are laughter and quiet jokes being said by people in the crowd that have all eyes on you folks.
Is there some formality to be observed in the entry and presence of this mayor or this figure now?
That is a challenging one for you. That's society -3.
Society -3.
It doesn't really have anything specifically in the skill itself, but I have a well-met traveler. I'm just wondering if I've ever come across a minotaur in my travels.
What the heck is that's a feat that you have?
Yeah, it's the thing that gave me Hobnobber.
Oh,
There's like nothing. It doesn't say anything, but I'm just kind of using
you
it as
can
flavor.
make a different kind of roll.
I don't have lore or anything like that.
No,
so.
you can make a society roll straight just for Minotaur enemy knowledge.
Okay.
For a Magitar enemy knowledge, you can get Society +2.
Should I continue to make this roll?
Yeah, you're making a whole different roll.
Whole different roll. Society -3. Here we go.
Ooh.
A 0.
I died a big thing.
I am going
Big
to
moose.
I'm still spending a hero point to reroll my 3.
Okay.
That is that. Society reroll. Here we go.
Oh.
Oh, it got worse.
Oh,
Man.
Gosh.
This is just recognizing the necessary protocols of which I am clearly unfamiliar with them.
yes.
Brenros, do you see the big moose? It's pretty cool, huh?
Certainly one I've not seen before.
You said they're like staring at us?
Oh yeah, there's like 24 people in here staring. Some are laughing, some are making jokes. You even see like a coin being passed between hands.
Well, someone should make the opening statement.
What do we need to say?
Better to just introduce ourselves right
You
now.
just huddled together, right? Just
Just a real quick aside. We're so sorry.
We're laughing and
We should have discussed this like 20 minutes ago, but it's okay.
How far down into the ground are the rest of the
40
party?
feet.
40 feet.
40 feet.
That
Yeah.
has been answered 3 times now.
No, it hasn't.
Yes.
How far down are we?
40 feet.
40 feet.
That's piercing.
We should all ask.
When there's a chance, I will speak for us. I don't want to get eaten.
I don't want you to get eaten.
The ogres aren't here. It's all right.
It's a minotaur.
No, it's a moose. We've been over this.
Greetings to you.
Hello,
I
moose.
assume and call Mayor of Port Rising, who I address as Jun Cartlin.
You
Lord-
hear
Lord
from
Jim Carlin.
You hear from an orc off to the side who's got a goblin on a chain like an attack dog. The orc says, "That's Lord!"
Lord John de Cartlin, we address you and wish to part with a message from the King of Navarre, who we stand as emissaries for. And listens to see if that's received at all.
He looks at your group lazily as a plate of chicken and a big wine goblet are brought to him that look oversized, but also not necessarily fancy at all. And he takes some of the chicken and rips it apart and takes a big old bite of sinewy meat and goodness and chews while looking at you.
For more on this matter, I give way to our knowledgeable and wise gnome who will speak further on these matters.
Sir Brenros, make a introductory diplomacy roll -2, please.
Yikes. Diplomacy -2. Here we go. Is an 18.
A total of 18. Xander, you are -1 to everything you do diplomatically for the rest of this scene.
Okay.
Tough room. Tough room.
Tough room. You left him cold.
Warmed him up.
Lord June Cartland, hail! We are the defenders of the realm and the champions of King Phaon. We are here on a peaceful mission as emissaries to confirm that we can pass through Port Rising to Iveron and perhaps even find ways to free you or rid you of the dangers that you may encounter on the seas.
He pulls back his goblet with wine dripping down between his sharp-looking teeth, and he says, "Step back. You step forth," and points at the halfling thief, Palik.
Hello.
Step forth and be seen.
Here I am.
Palik strides into the center and does a curtsy or something. What the hell? I don't know. Okay. Palik stands forward. He just looks at you over and cocks his head. Disappointing. He snaps his fingers. And you hear a sound, and the feral goblin being held by a chain, it comes moving quickly with its orc master behind it and comes right towards you, and the orc is laughing his ass off while the goblin is coming. This is a weird feral goblin, and they are moving crazy like some weird sadistic attack dog right at you, and the thing is coming right at you, Palik, and it's going to try and kill you. Here we go.
Oh.
You try to brace yourself, and it's only a total of 18 to attack you.
Oh man, I dodge it successfully.
Dodge handily. What would you like to do? This little goblin's right there, and the orc who's on the other end of the chain is like, get her!
I'll do like a kind of a spin around and address the Minotaur. Is this how you treat all of your guests?
The goblin then attacks again for a 25.
Still misses.
Still misses? What would you like to do or say?
You gonna call these off, or are we gonna have to deal with it?
Is
yes?
Palik adjacent Brenros?
Palik is 15 feet in front of you.
Brenros is going to break a little bit of protocol and just advance a little bit to get close to Palik.
How
I'm
close
unarmed,
is close?
however.
How close is close?
I'd like to be adjacent.
Okay. You start to move close to her, and as you do that, the orc lets go of the chain so the goblin can go nuts, and he draws and attacks with his own weapon as well. The goblin has a 27 to hit.
That will hit, but I'm going to nimbly dodge it.
Okay. What's
As
that do?
as a reaction, I gain a +2 circumstance bonus to AC.
Oh, nice. You dodge out of the goblin, sidestep at the goblin. Tries to get you. The orc draws and swings twice, easily misses with a 16, and his second attack is 22, which is, I believe, a miss as well for you. Swing.
I'm going to draw my rapier and my dagger and address the Minotaur for the third time.
All right.
You gonna call these guys off, or are we gonna have to deal with them?
He chuckles and bites into his chicken again as some of the crowd starts to cheer.
We came here with an invitation and some reasoning.
You are attacked again by the goblin. This is a 24. Ooh, 28. And a 3.
28 will hit.
All right. The orc, total miss, 22, and a total miss. Misses, swing, and you're able to just parry with your rapier. The goblin, though, does get a bite on your ankle for 13 points of piercing damage.
Brenros being adjacent
Yes.
will block the entirety of that as the goblin gnaws on his shield.
Okay. It just bites onto the shield.
It does not exceed the 15 hardness, so all of the damage is absorbed.
Is absorbed. That's perfect. Did you want to do anything? You could retributively strike or do something else.
The sword is not in my hand. I do know it's in the bag?
Yeah, I gave you a knowing wink.
Do you want assistance in this way? Or do you think you can
No,
handle
you
this?
can't talk to her.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna.
Well, hold on, Brenros. What do you?
Brenros is not drawing. He just happened to just block the shield, luckily, with the goblin.
All right, Palik.
I'm gonna continue. I get Brenros with Brenros's block. I feel like that was a pretty good distraction, and I'm gonna get behind the orc and hopefully get a sneak attack on him.
All right, make an attack roll or 2.
Huh.
Hey.
I'm gonna use. Yeah,
I can give you one.
No. I'm gonna
What
use
happened?
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
I'm gonna use my guiding luck though to re-roll that.
Yay, halflings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a total of 30.
30 is for that guy that's a 32 because you have flanking.
32. Yeah.
32 is a critical hit.
Oh.
Nice.
Hi.
Whoa.
And the dice keep coming.
Hold on.
Big roll. More rolls.
So 36 points of damage. to the
36
orc.
points of damage is a brutal cut to the lower back. Blood comes squirting out as you dive into the kidneys of the orc. You have one more attack left.
I will do it with another total of 30.
That's 32. That is a
32.
critical hit.
Jeez.
Here we go.
Oh my god. So much damage.
So 50 more points of damage.
And you can take that guy down any way you'd like.
I'm just gonna strike him like right in the back, like give him a little right into the kidneys and lung area, and then my second attack I'm gonna like take out both of his heels, like Achilles heel, like just slice both of his legs and drop him down, and then I'll stand on top of him and point my rapier at the goblin and address this fucking bag of shit again.
All right.
Is this sufficient? You want me to keep going? How much of your court do you want me to take down?
Very nicely handled.
The goblin, by the way, pays you no heed with your rapier or your sword pointed at it because it's just still gnawing on the end of the shield, even though Brenros has lifted up off the ground. It's just holding on to it with its
He's
legs
so
kicking.
cute. I'll name him Shield Biter.
Yeah, nice.
Distant cousin.
The Lord Juncartlin drinks heavily again. Not bad, little one. You have teeth.
So the king sent us to repair some relationships, maybe get some trade routes going. We came here with an idea of trying to stop your little dead pirate, your undead pirate problem. But with the welcome you've given us, I'm not sure if we want to do that anymore.
I had a deal, and there was trade with your council, but that has stopped. Your
Why has that
council is
stopped?
gone.
So our council is gone? So you're just going to renege on your word to the king?
I am stopping trade because the sea between the Isles and Navarre is not worth the loss we're taking. It's far more profitable for us to go back to our old ways than continue with this reckless trade. Our ships are being sent to the bottom of the ocean. It's a waste of coin and good men.
I feel like all of your trade, whether it's with Navarre or not, is going to have some problems with this rogue pirate.
Better we be on our own in ships of war than in fat, slow trade ships. I have listened to people like your counselors. I've been told there would be word coming from the new king. And I've changed our ways to grow the Thousand Isles. But this isn't working.
Sidebar. Are the Thousand Isles separate from like Iveron and Navarre and?
Yes,
Okay, they're their own kind of city-state.
entirely.
Okay,
Good question.
carry on.
And it is not just this skeletal captain who plagues me. We have ice from the north that should not be there, that has cut off all our trade with Iveron.
What does that, what, ice? Your ships are getting stopped by ice?
Any ship coming to or from Iveron is turned back by storms that should not be there. Heavy snow, hail, or the ships disappear. This is a curse upon Iveron, and now it seems a curse upon Navarre. So we must return to our old ways of survival, and that is becoming a nation of those who take what they need.
Where are you going to take it from if this pirate is plaguing all of your lands? You're going to take it from yourself?
We will take it from what ships we can find in out of Navarre. We will take it whatever we can eke through to Iveron. Perhaps Jarvain, definitely Thave. Azamir, we would not touch.
Why? Why not
It's Azamir.
It's the wizards.
I know what it is.
I just wanted to help. No one listens to me anymore.
That's not true. We'll talk about this later. But I feel like if this problem was taken care of, it would be profitable and likely to make our relationships better, correct?
Make a diplomacy roll -1 for Brenros.
That shouldn't plague me.
I'm sorry. I plague everybody.
22.
22. And how would the likes of you help with these curses?
Well, we've got some information. We like some more. I feel like you've probably been in charge around here for quite some time. Is that safe to say, John Cartland? mayor, lord, whatever you want to be called.
You hear from the dead orc at your feet, Lord Jordan Carlin! Continue.
Would it be safe to say you didn't answer my question?
I said continue.
So what do you know? What information can you give us about this Captain Jagged? We've heard several different accounts of what he's done. We've heard accounts that he comes around every 10 years, and it hasn't been 10 years since he was here last. What do you know of him? What information can we glean from you?
And you think an assassin with a dagger and a sword can make our trade accessible again to end our curses? Who are you but a messenger?
If all you see in front of you is an assassin with a dagger and a sword, you're an idiot.
There's laughter from the crowd, including Lord John Cartlin himself.
It wouldn't be just me. It would be everybody you see in front of you, plus countless others. And if that's all you see is an assassin with a sword and a dagger, then we should be done here. You can eke out your living by plundering from your own people. See how long that lasts you. Your little building down here, your little tunnels and everything will soon be collapsed upon your own arrogance.
Penrose takes a step back.
He says, then so be it. Make a diplomacy roll with no minus.
I rolled a 5. I'm going to use a hero point.
Fuck.
Let's go.
Fuck. 21.
Get a thumbs up from Xander anyway. That was a good line.
That's a good line.
He says, be gone. Your lives are yours.
Okay. You will soon regret this. When we come out victors, the king is not going to want to have anything to do with you. You will soon be replaced.
Be gone!
And another thing.
Palik jumps down off of the ogre and grabs the collar of the goblin and yanks it off of Brenros's shield and throws it at John Carlin's feet.
Okay. It starts shrieking and starts to immediately start scrambling right back towards you.
Can Brenrose do something?
Sure.
And Brenrose pulls out like a little treat, goes.
The goblin comes racing back over towards you and is going to attack you, Sir Brenrose. Here it comes. With the natural 1.
It takes the treat.
It tumbles. It takes the treat and settles down a bit, like
all right,
looking around. Just Brenrose will pick it up and hoist him under his arm and
done.
Walk him out.
Okay, and Brenrose leaves with treasure in hand.
New familiar.
That goblin. That's gotta be racist somewhere.
Well, I thought you did fine.
I wish I felt like that. This does not feel like a good victory. It's not a victory. This is terrible.
He's a minotaur.
At least he talked to you. I don't know why no one listens to me anymore. I'm very good at diplomacy.
You are.
We knew it was going to be difficult to talk to him. This is us just walking out as we're the Rudy off the field kind of thing. We knew it was going to be difficult to talk to him. He wasn't going to be just as accepting, especially with Captain Jagged wandering around in the seas. But I think you did well despite those odds.
Thank you.
You arrive back out in the bottom chamber area. The three guards had followed you. One goes over to a root that's hanging out from the ceiling with some discolored liquid on the ground, and he stabs it with a dagger, and the ceiling parts open. The root ceiling parts open above, letting in the sunlight, and giant scooped hands descend down and touch down upon the ground to take you back up.
The question now is,
What do we do?
exactly. Captain Jagged still is out there, and you have my feelings on that.
Hey, there you are. I'm up here.
Where the fuck have you been, Brennan? Shit.
I'm right here.
Pierce,
Language.
I'm here. Where you been?
we needed you down there.
Did ya now? I could have won the battle.
You might have. Do you happen to speak Minotaur?
No.
Yeah, he's an idiot anyways.
He wouldn't even talk to me. Me.
Next time I'll let you wear my little captain's hat, Piercy. Or, man, I'm
God, you're all over it.
You're all over.
You guys are back up on top of the hillside with the tree. The ground seals up underneath you. The ocean is crashing up against the cliffside. And what would you like to do next?
Soder's gonna try and commune with the tree for a minute if he can.
Okay.
Just to get a sense of, I don't know if he can help it in any way.
How would you like to help it?
To prevent what's the ability for them to manipulate that tree is how I'd really like to help it.
How would you like to do that?
I have no idea.
Try your what's the thing you do to dead bodies?
It's the wild empathy, and it's for a creature only, so I don't think it would function for
Children,
the tree.
is that even a real tree? It might just be magic. You would know more than me, but it might just be.
Is a living thing, and
He's
it
pretty
is
snuggled up to
in
the-
pain when it serves the purpose that they create for it, which I don't think is what its intended purpose is, and is not natural as far as I can tell. And it does not sit well with me, but I'm not sure it is something I can do anything for at the moment.
Probably not the last time we'll be here. So maybe when we come back and exit that cretin off of these islands.
How about I check something? Xander will detect magic on the tree.
Okay. You detect no magic.
I think you're right, Sildren. I think that's how this tree is made. It's not extra magic on this one.
And there's not appear to be much we can do for it at the moment, unfortunately.
A sword is yanked out of a bag of holding and handed back to Brenros, I assume.
No, I almost forgot this. Thank you.
Of course.
Almost forgot. It's.
Oh, Piercy, you also see that there's a new member of the party as well underneath Sir Brenros's arm.
Oh,
Very, very bitey goblin.
oh,
yes.
nice.
That's an unfortunate. I'm going to call him Nibs.
Nibs, I like that.
Okay, does he have a weapon?
If I put him down, he's going to bite someone. He is a weapon.
That works,
It
yeah.
likes to be pet, Piercy.
Scratch him around the ears.
I don't understand.
A minor trifle. I've taken to him. He's so cute. He's adorable. And anyway.
So that wasn't all futile. We did learn something we didn't know, that getting to Iveron is maybe not possible. We also learned where this storm might be.
It's this. No, Brenros would not know that. Brenros keeps quiet.
So
Storm,
where?
you say?
Well, we have the blood gypsy told us we had to pass through the eye of the storm.
And something about an Isle of the Dead, which I think we have already seen.
And the
Both.
Hazen Depths that we should go to before we try and face this problem alone.
Super epic!
Back to the taint, then.
And
Unless-
into the Eye of the Storm, I believe.
Yeah.
The brown eye of the storm.
We didn't want to walk to Averon?
We can't get to it.
Says who?
Says that big piece of shit downstairs. He said all of his ships have been turned away because of the storm.
If we sailed back to Navarre and ride, perhaps, that could be
We
a slower
are.
way to get there, but a way nonetheless.
I do not like the idea of leaving these undead
I agree
pirates.
with you, Palik. I agree with you. We should handle this matter first. But if we cannot get there directly to Iveron, we still have a way to get there. It will take more time. And I am very old.
I just wish we had something that was super magical. Like that would just blast us out there. Like we would have to sail the ship.
We
could
have
like,
you.
go. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty amazing. Let's not be rash.
That's what I just said.
There could be a lot of other things. Like, what if we were able to just, like, teleport a whole ship the way the way Yarrow transfers himself?
Xander, what? You remember in Mirskon, the place you took us to, on top of that roof?
Yeah.
The magical place. You disappeared for a moment. You said you teleported somewhere else.
I did.
Do you have the ability to teleport there from here?
Don't be silly. No.
I do not know the extent of your magic. I'm sorry.
That's a very special place. That's the Nexus. It has those books that teleport us back and forth out and around, but I can't do that without being in there. But that would be cool.
Are you wanting to, Zana? Are you not wanting to try to are you not wanting to take care of this Captain Jagged? You just want to go to Iveron?
I
like the Nexus. It's a good place.
I don't like to use the word afraid, but Captain Jagged's unkillable in a ship that's unsinkable.
But we know how to weaken him.
No, we don't.
Brenros mentioned earlier something
We do.
about stealing an object in order to weaken him. I'm not sure I understand.
To make him mortal and more
Totality.
dangerous. That's right.
Were you guys in that gypsy's shack with me?
Apparently not.
Let's replay the episode.
Yeah.
We have to go to the Hazen Depths. And there's an old ship there. Probably the captain's first ship, or original ship when he was still a mortal being.
To
Right.
go to such a place is going to be very dangerous.
Of course. This isn't to be taken lightly, but I don't think we can ignore it either. It's not a problem that's ever going to go away.
Well, in that case, let's go.
We have to find the Hazen Depths.
God dang it.
We know where the storm is. We have to go through the eye of the storm.
We were
Oh,
given
sorry.
two
Percy doesn't know that.
clues, and 2 ways to weaken Captain Jagged. One was on the Isle of the Dead, which I believe we left, where the Naper's Wake was. And the other is this Eye of the Storm. It seems like the Isle of the Dead is the closer of the 2.
Well, that was Mandolin Bay, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Is the Island of the Dead is probably what Carrot Man was talking about with all of the undead pouring out of the temple. That I think is something else that we have been searching for.
Yes, that is another temple of he who shall not be named, let's say.
Well, wouldn't an island with a temple of undead crawling out of it probably be called Undead Island?
Seems like that would be also in our wheelhouse as well.
Well, it does quicken my spirit to know that there is something out there. I would take the sword to all of them if I could.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
To the taint.
You guys are back at the taint. You climb aboard.
On the way, I kind of want to trail back with Sildren and have a minute.
Okay.
I know some tensions are tight with us with the matter of money, which is stupid. I don't have a lot of money, but I do have a present for you that I hope will stave you off for a little bit. And I want to present him with this elven fancy dagger. I think this is probably something from your people. It's certainly going to be better in your hands than mine.
Yeah, Sildren takes it.
It's in the party sheet.
We'll inspect it. This will settle whatever debt may be between us.
Yeah, it might. I couldn't tell, but it might. You might have some special properties to this as well.
I will sleep with it.
If not, it will look very good tucked into your belt.
Now, my question is, when Palik is doing these long speeches, if a new viewer is watching you, Seth, what must they think with such a voice attached to such a big guy? I think that's so interesting. And I don't know if you guys know this or anyone listening. We had someone say on season 1, you had the very high-pitched goblin.
Yeah, pretty similar to Palik.
Yeah, but even higher pitched, a goblin. Someone just said, yeah, the voice is just so weird and so jarring when you slip in and out of character. And I had to tell my friend it's just so fake. And I was like, yeah, he spent a long time getting that high pitch just the way he wanted it. And he said, what? No. The deep voice is the fake one, right? They literally thought your deep voice was you were making fun of things or something. It's crazy.
That would be very weird.
You guys are on board the Taint. Where do you want to tell Captain Mad Eyes to go? What's your plan?
I believe, looking at the rest of the group, that we are back to Mandolin Bay and the Island of the Dead.
But is that the I don't think that's the same island.
Where was the island that had all the dead people on it, Tom?
I don't know.
I don't either.
You're a bastard.
I was just sailing around where you go. If
Where's
we
the
don't look, we go look.
neighbor's
Sarah, like if we can look at the map.
Yeah.
What was the map?
I believe Caradmon pointed it out to us.
Oh.
Sir Cardamon.
Whatever. Carrot Man.
He's been very helpful. He's been an excellent crewmate. Haven't you, Cardamon?
Let me off of the line! You were able to look at some maps and can see where Caradmon had pointed. It is nowhere near the Mandolin Bay.
All right. Well, to this island then.
Also, and let me think. Captain Mad Eyes on board your ship does not know anything about that island. He does point out to the west a circular spiraling mark that is the Great Storm over the Hazen Depths. Not to the north, as you were thinking, but to the west.
As we get back to the docks, realizing her mistake after Xander called her a dummy, wants to see if the Barnaclin is still anchored there.
Barnaclin is not anchored there.
God.
You checked a bunch of the ships. And,
Damn it. I'm an idiot.
Barnaclin not there. All right, you guys are setting sail for where? I can think of 4 or 5 different destinations.
Would you like me to roll a dice? I can just pick one of 6, whatever.
We want to go to this island you've never heard of, right? The island of the dead?
Yep.
I mean, do you know which one? They called it 1,000 Isles for a
It's
reason.
northwest, half a day's sail.
It's this one that Cardmon pointed out.
They
that we
point
looked
right
at
to it
the
on the
other
map.
day. Yeah. This
Where did you
one,
get me map? How did you do that again? All right, you sneaky thieves. We'll go to the point of the map. Gimlet!
Yes, sir, yes!
Go here!
Of course, right away. There's at least 5 isles out that way, Captain. It'll take a while to search them.
This one should be easy to find once we get close.
Aye, Mini Captain. And what should we do about that?
That's right.
What should we do about that green little nasty dog?
That'd be one that we'd just be tossing over, Gimlet. There's
All right, and he goes over to Sir Brenros to toss your goblin overboard.
I will look after this one. He's personal valet at this point.
Sir Knight, I tell you one thing would be true. I know a lost cause when I see it, and there be some things that be better left just put down, if you know what I mean.
I'm a goblin and I agree.
I couldn't do it. You look into his eyes. His eye. I just now noticed this. It's one eye.
Aye.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's just I'll set him free on the next aisle.
That wouldn't be good for anyone there.
I just can't part with him right now.
Look at how cute he is, Captain.
There be nothing you would... All right. If you need to tie it down, the head's down below, and you can chain it up if you need.
Yeah, big. I'm gonna call you Big Captain now, and give you a little tip of the hat with my captain's hat.
Back to ye.
And the Taint sets sail out from the Port Rising town. You set sail, start cutting through the waves, and making your way towards the area on the map where there are several islands. Captain Mad Eyes, you have about, late that night. It is dark. The ship is still making headway with some wind, and there is a knock upon your door.
Wait! Hey, hold on! All right. Who goes there?
You open the door and adjust your hat. Captain Mad Eye, it's me, Gimlet. I would like a word with you, sir.
All right, Gipper, get in here.
He comes in, closes the door, wipes his feet. Sir, I've been with you many months, and I'll follow you anywhere. But a bunch of the lads there, they're more than worried about this isle they're having us take us to. It's got bad juju, sir. They keep saying dead, and they've got only a couple swords, and with the Night Skull prowling the waters, we fear that we may not come back alive.
Oh, dear Giplet, I be as well concerned as ye. There be many a treacherous things out these waters. There also be many treasures to behold. And as we've never seen many of these islands, we shall know that there should be all sorts of manners of things, not just for our fair, well-paying guests, might I remind you. They be part of the king, and if he says go, then they go with that. But we will never put the Great Taint in super danger. We'll never put it in a way that will completely get us destroyed. And if need be, God rest their souls, we will avoid them and leave them on the island to die themselves. For we'll not go down with the Great Tainted Waters.
I've got your word on that, Captain.
You can bet my beard on it.
I'll tell the lads. We're with you. We're with you 100%.
All right. Stop bothering me in the dark.
Yes, sir. And you go back to sleep. The ship cuts through the water all night. Anything interesting you folks would like to do?
If Brenros feels he's engaging the dead in mass anyway, he's in full prayer, full tilt prayer. He's
just
got
like
his
drenched in sweat, just pumping those prayers out, getting ready, montaging.
His montage.
Close the door, I'm praying. Sultran will inspect the dagger of Ethlian and see what that's all about.
All right, make a roll.
Just a 20-sided die roll.
Just a 20-sided die roll.
8.
28.
Checking. You don't know of any purpose or additional value or magic behind this blade other than it looks nice.
Give it, Xander, I was wondering if you would take a look at this for me. I can discern no special purpose for it, but I feel it may have one.
Good news! I have an idea! I think it's a dagger! You cut
Thank
things
you.
with it. It's sharp on this side.
Very helpful. That's exactly what I wanted to know.
That's what I'm here for!
Great. Love that.
Did you want me to to take magic on it or see if it's a magical thing?
just muttering down the hall. Wonderful.
Why don't you keep it for a little bit and see if there's anything you can divine of
Okay.
it.
Not that I want anything to do with this dagger at all, but I do have a question. If this Athelian, this place named Athelial, I think was the name, is that within the Bizran Empire itself?
It is not. It is its own organization, its own mini town kingdom. It is the kingdom of the High Elves. They are far to the north of Varen, and they were directly connected to the Bizran Empire of 3 different kingdoms just around them. When the Bizran Empire fell, that really cut off and isolated the elves. So they're very distant. You have the more wood elves near Ivron, and then you have far more to the north the Ethlian High Elves, who are a bit standoffish and aloof for sure.
Thank you.
Xander, make a 20-sided die roll, please.
Just 20?
Yep.
Luck.
Yeah! It's a 9!
9. You have no additional information I can provide. It's not a paring knife.
So helpful. That was great. Thank you so much, Sandra.
I told you!
He's just going door by door. Will you look at this and tell me what?
Did you still have that scroll from the ship? I can take a look at that too.
Oh,
Yeah, you got a scroll case from the ship with the paintings.
I think there was a note in there, not a magical scroll.
Yeah.
That's not true. Who keeps notes in scroll cases? Let me see the scroll.
It
There was a note.
You guys are dumb. I don't like this game anymore.
Don't meta your frustrations, Gus. You have no. I get.
It is the next day. It is Closing in past morning, closing in towards noon. The sun is high. It is cold, colder than you expect. Those of you without warm garb, they have some extra for the crew, so you have some warmer coats to throw over your shoulders. The wind is cold but strong, and the taint makes its way through the waters and past several islands in the morning. The single old finger from the cardamom, the guy you rescued, hit several actual real islands out there, even though it's a single dot on the map. You pass by several of them, weird misshapen things barely sticking out of the water, a tall cliff, almost like giant peg sticking out of it. But then you come across a slightly larger one. You can still see from the ship almost end to end of this island. It is maybe several hundred yards across. It's still not particularly large. But this island definitely catches your attention as you close in, as you see there are people upon there trying to get your attention, and a whole bunch of them. And as you get closer and closer, you see that they are not alive. The island is swarmed from one end to the other with walking corpses. You can see in the center of this island is a squattish looking structure of stone, and it is completely surrounded wall to wall with these undead. Several step into the sea, but they don't get far, and they kind of step back, or they slowly just get washed away. And those of you watching from the distance, there's Piercy looking through a spyglass right now. And Piercy, you can see on that little temple-like structure a symbol of a star with a sword piercing down through the top. And we will stop there for tonight. So thank you everyone for tuning in. It was great, very interesting session. I've got some questions in the after show, I think. And we will see you next time.